What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Let me know where you checking in from. Like always, let me know where you checking in from. Let me know where you checking in from. Hit that like button as you come into the room. Farad Smith is a new member. Thanks for signing up. Thanks for signing up. Thanks for signing up, Farad Smith. Hit that like button as you come into the room. Hit that like button. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Got some sauce for y'all tonight. Like always, couple news topics, some breaking news actually about 2 hours ago. I know somebody having a bad week this week. Somebody is really having a bad week this week, man. Somebody's having a bad week. Yeah. Some more hit that like button, hit that like button, froze up for a minute, hit that like button, share the stream. Let me make sure I'm streaming in 1080p. I'm in 1080p. Yeah, I'm in 1080p. Froze up for a minute. Come on in. Let me know where you checking in from. All right, we got Florida in the building, Cali in the building. What we got? Ocala, Florida in the building. What we got? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready for the information. Ohio in the building, VA in the building, Louisiana in the building, Northwest Georgia in the building, Minneapolis in the building, San Antonio in the building. Who's having a bad week? Oh man, y'all know who having a bad week, man. We gonna get into it. I ain't gonna say no names, but man, y'all know who having a bad week. What's good, bro? Chicago West Side in the building. West Side in the building. Chicago Avenue and LeClaire. What's going on? Back at it again. What was that? Gregory Grant. What's going on? Milwaukee in the building. We got Florida in the building. 9:30. I'm doing that 30-minute free coaching session giveaway. A lot of people didn't enter, so that's better for the people who did enter. I ain't gonna tell y'all what y'all had to do to enter. I posted it on all social media platforms, including YouTube. So somebody gonna win a free 30-minute coaching session. The people who followed the instruction, which I only seen 4 or 5 of them actually followed the correct instructions. So that's gonna make their chances a little bit easier to win a free 30-minute coaching session. Queens in the building. Florida in the building, Tulsa, Oklahoma in the building, Long Island in the building. What is that? San Diego? San Diego in the building. What's good, Emperor Walker? What's good, Brooklyn in the building by the way of ATL? All right, let's get into it. All right. We got about 30 people in here, so let's get into it. All right, so let's start with some news. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope everybody's doing well. I seen somebody up there said, who else is having a bad week? Who was that? Who said that? What's good, bro? Let me see. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? I seen somebody said something about a bad week. They must have deleted it. Yeah, I think a lot of people are not doing well. That's why we streaming 3 times a week now to kind of give people more information. It's just easier for me to stream and give more information than filming videos, editing them, and going through all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's just easier. And then I'll put out like video content in short form, and then my long form content for information will be in the form of a stream. It's the walk. What's going on? H-Town in the building, Brooklyn in the building. All right, let's start with some news. All right, so Jeff Bezos, a lot of things I've been telling y'all it's like, man, it's like when I tell y'all stuff, then the rest of the world, the people who people actually respect and listen to come right after me and say it like the damn same way I say it. Jeff Bezos said, I always say, look, we're going to hope for the best, but you're going to prepare for the worst. You hope for the best, prepare. Why this man said the same exact thing that I always tell y'all. And not only did he say that, he told y'all don't go out and buy nothing. Now this is old Jeff. This is old Jeff. So what I want to do is I want to play. It's just a clip of this interview he did the other day. Actually, some people probably already saw it, but I think this is very important because people respect, when I say something, some people listen, but the mass majority, they don't listen or they want me to be wrong, things of that nature. So maybe people will listen when old Jeff tell you, oh, Jeff, somebody gonna be mad. They ain't gonna want to hear this, Somebody is going to be mad, man. Y'all gonna have to go check on Buddy, man. Buddy, man. Somebody go check on Buddy, man. Please, somebody go check on him. Go check on him. Hold on, let me pull this up. Let's pull this up real quick, man. Let me kill this right quick. Let's kill this. We don't need that. Let's check this out. I'm gonna play this real quick. I just want y'all to hear him.
It takes a village to support society, and businesses have a responsibility to support that village. I am Peter Pabwa, and we are Morgan Stanley.
We are in some tough economic times.
Yeah.
Some people say that perhaps we're already in a recession. Do you think that we're in one? And what is your advice for small business owners?
I don't know whether we're technically in a recession. I know economists argue over that, and they have certain technical definitions. What I can tell you is the economy does not look great right now. Things are slowing down. You're seeing layoffs in many, many sectors of the economy. People are slowing down. The probabilities say if we're not in a recession right now, we're likely to be in one very soon. So my advice to people, whether they're small business owners or, is take some risk off the table. If you were going to make a purchase, maybe slow down that purchase a little bit. Keep some dry powder on hand, and wait a bit and see how. Try to reduce some risk in your business or your life.
Well, you tweeted batten down the hatches. Mm-hmm. That's what you mean by that?
That's what I mean. Well, if you're an individual and you're thinking about buying a new, large screen TV, maybe slow that down. Keep that cash. See what happens. Same thing with a refrigerator or a new car or whatever. Let's take some risk off the table. If you're a small business, maybe delay some capital purchases. Do you really need that new piece of equipment? Maybe you can wait a little bit. Have some cash on hand. Just a little bit of risk reduction could make the difference for that small business if we do get into even more serious economic problems. So you got to play the probabilities a little bit.
Any idea in terms of what you're hearing or just with your expertise as to how long this recession could last?
I don't think even the most experienced economists in the world can answer that question. It's a very challenging thing to try and estimate. So I think you just have to try and be reasonable about it, take as much risk off the table as you can for yourself, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst.
All right. So
whenever I stay at a White Lotus,
let me pause
I
this.
always have memorable time. Lily's just so romantic.
How do you kill this? Hold on a second. All right. So hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. That's something that I always tell you guys. And he's saying it straight out the horse's mouth. All right. So the part that I want you guys to focus on is the part where he said, something else I've been telling you, keep some cash around. Don't go make any frivolous purchases. It's looking bad. And now if he's telling you it, then it's serious out here, guys. So you heard it from me. I've been telling it. I already been telling y'all what was going on. But this is straight out the horse. He's the horse. All right. He's the horse and he's the mouse. So I know your boy over there on that other channel. He's sick right now. I know, man. Somebody needs to go check on that man because that man is having a rough week. But I got some more Amazon news. I want y'all to check this out real quick. Let's check this out. More layoffs for Amazon. The 10,000 ain't enough. They said they're going to start up more layoffs in Q1 of next year. So when we was talking about that the other day, when I read and they said it's probably more layoffs, Andy Jassy, which is the CEO of Amazon, announced a few hours ago that there are going to be more layoffs in Fields, other than technology, retail, logistics. I told you guys. People want to argue me down and all this, that, and the third. I'm undefeated. You cannot defeat me when it comes to certain things. And I'm not bragging, but just don't know what you're talking about. I'm not going to go into no battle and I don't know what I'm talking about. So here we go. You got the CEO of Amazon telling people not to spend money. Not the CEO of Amazon, the chairman of Amazon. I forgot he stepped down. Andy Jassy is the CEO of Amazon now. The chairman of Amazon, the founder of Amazon, is telling you to hold on to your money. All right, it's serious. Andy Jassy is laying off more people. I've been telling y'all, hold on to your money. Keep your money. Hold on to it. I said, hope for the best. Prepare for the worst. I've been saying this for months. I've been through stuff like this. I've seen stuff like this happen before. All right. I was out here in 2010 and in 2011 and 2009 when people was losing their houses. All this is like deja vu to me. I've seen it happen. You see what I'm saying? So, it's looking rough. But we got some solutions tonight, guys. I don't bring bad news without bringing solutions. So we're gonna have some solutions tonight. And before we get into a few of these solutions, because I'm not gonna give you too many of them, because I gotta give you a few days to work them. I'm not gonna flood you with too much at one time. I'm gonna give you some solutions, and because when I'm telling you my DM is off the Richter scale, my DM all week has been off the Richter scale, and I can only help so many people at a time. I'm telling you, DM after DM after DM after DM after DM, like everybody is having a rough time, and I'm gonna try to help as many people as I can. 9:30, I'm giving away that 30-minute free consultation. Another way I'm giving back, to help, so somebody gets a free 30-minute consultation. So hopefully you follow the instructions. Real quick before I get into some of this sauce. Easy work, guys. That easy work that a lot of you guys, from just talking to you in the DMs and doing these sessions and just, in the comments and things of that nature, I think a lot of people have got accustomed to easy work. It was a lot of easy work that Amazon made a lot of y'all lazy. That's no cap. Amazon made a lot of y'all lazy. Amazon made some of y'all lazy, and a lot of that middle mile made some of y'all lazy. When I got laughed at, person went on a whole rant about me and sending my workers up 15 flights of stairs with refrigerators on their back. But people want to do final mile now. Final mile is still rocking and rolling. The point that I'm trying to make is it's a time where that easy work is over with. There's no cap. Like I'm not trying to be harsh or anything. I'm just keeping it 1,000. I'm keeping it funky with you. That easy work, a lot of people were able to capitalize off that dock to dock. If you want to survive, you got to transition. You got to come out of that comfort zone. All right. You got to come out of that comfort zone. That comfort zone, you got to come up out that thing. It's crucial now. All right. It's crucial now. Amazon laying off people. 10,000 with more to come in January, he said. Q1. The horse, Jeff Bezos, saying keep your money. He's telling you to keep your money. Damn near telling you, instead of spending your money on Amazon, keep your money. You're going to need it. So, shit. I don't know what else to tell you. So, look, we're going to get into some sauce. Guys, I'm not saying people are lazy, but the easy work. I'm not saying nobody's lazy. What I'm saying is the easy work. If you're looking for easy work, it's time to do some curbside final mile. It might be time to do some final mile. It may be some time to do some things that you are not accustomed to doing to get that truck rolling and generate some revenue. There are still some lanes out here that are generating revenue. There are. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to talk about, I'm going to give you guys a few tips tonight, probably 2, and then I'm going to take a Q&A. All right? Q&A. So the first thing I want to talk about is not relying so much on the load board. I spoke on this maybe a few months ago. A lot of the reason why I can still make money, even though my trucks have been parked, I had one of my workers call and said, look, Mark, I want to get the trucks rolling. I know you don't care, but I want to keep things going. can we work out a deal where I keep things doing? So my trucks are going to continue to roll. I got someone who's been with me for years who's going to keep things going for me because I just don't care anymore. So, but I'm gonna still be able to make that money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just gonna pay him more to operate and run the day to day for me, which is fine. All right. So the point I'm trying to make, I get a lot of people, a lot of companies that call me direct. All right. And the reason why they call me direct is because many years ago, I took advantage of certain boards where I put my business out on these boards. I put my business out on these boards. So businesses and a lot of companies, they actually come looking for me. Every day we get calls. I got a company and I'm going to give you the company. I'm going to give you the company because a lot of you guys probably don't have the infrastructure to do this type of work because it requires a few trucks and it's basically you're building out full gyms. So we pick up the gyms from the terminal and deliver it to the site and install it. These are like 2-week projects. But I'll give the company. But what the company the site I want to give to you guys right now, I'm going to pull it up. And this is a site where logistics companies go on a smaller scale when they're looking for people with trucks to haul and carry things for them. All right. When they're looking for people to haul and carry things for them. So people can be looking for you. You don't have to go on the load where you can get these calls. And when you get these calls, they're offering you top dollar. All right. So let me pull this up real quick. Give me a second, guys. I thought I was going to have it ready, but I didn't because I'm going to log in. I got to cover up my account information. I never know who's watching. I got some haters out here. Might have some haters out here. Give me a second here. My account. I'm just gonna log out. I'm gonna log out. Give me 1 second, because all my account information showing up. Log out. Let me see. All right, let me share this. Let me see. All right, so this is a site that I've been signed up. My company has been signed up with since about 2013. It's called CB Driver. All right, this is an account you can sign yourself as an owner operator and your vehicle up with. All right, and I've been signed up since 2013. I'm a premium member. Actually, I think I got a lifetime membership because I was one of the early people that signed up many moons ago. I'm actually going to log back in a second to show you some stuff on the back end. And this is a company where smaller logistics companies will see your profile and then they'll reach out to you and say, hey, I got this load that needs to be picked up. It needs to go from here to there. All right. Or you can go on here and find different loads in different areas yourself. Now, I would be honest with you. I turn a lot of these jobs down because I just don't. Middle mile is just not my lane. Back in the day when I was first getting started, I think it was 2013 maybe, when I signed up with this, maybe 2013, 2014, back in my earlier days, I took a few of these jobs, and this is when I was still filling things out. Moving company, we're doing final mile, but I was experimenting doing the middle mile thing, and it just didn't work. But this is one of the sites that, like, Don't Shoot the Messenger still hits me from this site. And I don't know if Don't Shoot the Messenger is in every network or in every market, but they're one of the companies that always contact me because my company profile is still up on this site. It's a very active site. A lot of smaller logistics companies use this board, and they will contact you. There is a free version of it. I have a lifetime membership, guys, so I don't even know what they charge. I guess it's free. So I suggest you guys sign up. You can get jobs with your car. You can get jobs with any type of vehicle, 26-footer, 16-footer, cargo van. CB Driver is the site. It is a good tool. Once you build out your profile, I guarantee you, depending on if you're in a busy market, you're going to have logistics companies reaching out to you, offering you loads. So this is a good tool to have. let me see something here. I'm gonna log in. Another thing with CB Driver, I know I did a video a few weeks ago on Open Force. All right, I did a video on Open Force for those that saw that video. Another company that you're gonna need is SCI. It's also an onboarding company. So when you go with CB Driver and a company reaches out to you, they're gonna ask you if you have one of the two. All right, we have both because this is how they're gonna onboard you and this is how they're gonna pay you. So it's best to have either Open Force or SCI, so it makes the process go a lot faster. A lot of the companies on CB Driver onboard you through Open Force or SCI. Hold on one second, guys. Let me pull this up real quick. I just want to see if I can show you guys some of the back end. But all my account information is here. Let me see something. Log in real quick. Not now. Oh, what's my damn? Did I forget my password? That should be it. All right, hold on. Let me log in. All right, so close. Let me see what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys just the profile, personal information, experience. All right, so basically what you're going to do is you can sign up all your vehicles, right? And it's going to give you a option. Hold on, I'm going to share my screen in 1 second. Let me just all right, let me do that. Let me cover this. Let me share this. All right, so above is like all my personal profile, account numbers, information, but it's going to give you your account type. Once you purchase your account, it's going to let you know your account type. I'm a premium member, expiration, renew your membership, and then it'll give you a bunch of different opportunities that people are reaching out to me for. Obviously, I'm not taking none of this stuff. Let's see here. You can there's driver ads that you can post saying you have a truck available. So like similar to Amazon, post your truck. Then it's ads you can also respond to for logistics companies saying I have a truck available. And then, like I said, you also have your truck available where you can put your truck and then people will reach out to you as well. Give me 1 second here. I want to show you something else. Where is it something else posted at? Nah, you guys don't really need to see all that. So just sign up, guys. Oh, yeah, let me see. TomTom, GPS, SCI, and that's all my other personal stuff. So yeah, you don't need to see all that because they got employee information. Hold on, I'm making sure because like my employees and stuff information is in here. Yeah, that's too much point information. Social security number, driving license numbers and stuff. All right, I gotta be careful with this stuff. All right, so yeah, so sign up for that, guys. CB Driver. All right, another tool I want to give you guys, and I think you guys been asleep on this one. I actually talked to you guys about it a few weeks ago, and I think it went over some people's heads. So XPO is the third largest trucking company in the country. The third. All right, UPS, FedEx, then XPO. All right, XPO. All right, they've been branching off their company. So they got XPO, then they got GXO, right? And then now they have RXO, and RXO is operating as their final mile company, and also they're operating it as their own brokerage. All right. So RXO is the sister company. And I remember I did a video a few weeks ago about, if you're running for a certain company, you should be investing in that company. Like if you're running Amazon Relay, I feel like you're doing yourself an injustice if you're running Amazon Relay and you don't own Amazon stock, if you're running XPO and you don't own XPO stock, XPO gifted myself as well as everybody else that owns shares of XPO stock a few weeks ago. For each XPO stock that you own, they gifted you a share of RXO because they took RXO straight public. So that was free money, thousands of dollars of free money. All right. And I was telling you guys to do that. I don't know who did it, but whoever did it, you guys got you some free money. But anyway, RXO is a load board. So what you guys should probably do right now is go to your phone, whether it's the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and you're going to search RXO, all right, and download their load board and sign your box truck business up for RXO. RXO is XPO is the third largest trucking company in the country, which means they have a lot of direct accounts. So they're brokering with companies that they already have accounts with. So the sky is the limit for opportunity to move freight. They're dealing with your Home Depots, they're dealing with your Lowe's, they're dealing with everybody. All right. XPO damn near has every account. Any account you think of, XPO damn near has it. IKEA, anybody. XPO has it pretty much. All right. So you want to download their load board. All right. It's new. It's only been out like 2 or 3 weeks. So I would suggest you get on there now. I don't know how fast the turnaround time is because I read that they've been getting flooded with people signing up. You want to download RXO. So it's another opportunity. Your DATs, all those load boards are good, but here's the thing. Those are third-party brokerage firms. So they're dealing. XPO deals directly with the retailers, directly with the shippers, and now they have their own infrastructure load board that they've built out in a sister company called RXO. So they're getting the freight direct. There's nobody in between them. All right. So there's some sauce for you guys. Go do that ASAP. I don't know how quick the turnaround time is, but I think, that may be another solution to a lot of you guys that are running middle miles issue right now with the DAT load board. Amazon, I know those rates ain't really doing well, but RXO will probably provide you more opportunity with different carriers because they're dealing with the companies directly. Let's talk about some cargo van stuff. Hit that like button as you come into the room. Before we get into cargo van, let me talk about this final mile, because a lot of people are hitting me up about final mile now. All right. So for those that don't know, final mile is going to require 2 people. All right. At least 2 people. In some cases, some markets, you might want to have a third guy on that truck, depending on how heavy. I know a few people hit me up today in the DM about final mile. What is the open force and SCI for CB driver? Open force and SCI is like onboarding. So once you go through open force and once you go through SCI, any company that contacts you and say, "Hey, Remy Transport Service, we saw you on the board. We got this load. Is your truck available?" "Yeah, my truck is available." "Hey, can you run 2 pallets from Chicago to St. Louis? And we'll pay you," I'm just throwing a number out there, $1,000. All right. And you're gonna say, "Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that for $1,000. All right. Are you on open force or are you on SCI? All right. It's best that you're on open force and SCI because you've already been through the process and they already have your not your insurance. It's been a long day, guys. Give me a second. The word that I'm thinking about. You already been onboarded. They got your insurance and all that's a word. I say this word every day. Starts with a C. I can't think about it. But once you're already on board with SCI and open force, you just give them the number and then all your information pop up. You know what I'm saying? So your insurance is active, your DOT, your MC, they can see everything. Okay, they can see everything. All right. So it's best if you have that, because if you don't have that, then they're going to send you the information. They're going to send you a link to sign up. But if you've already signed up through another company, then the only thing you got to give them the information. They're going to pull it up and they're going to be, okay, you're already in the system. Not credentials. I'll think about it. Once you give them that information, you're already in the system. And then they'll just be able to dispatch you that load, because that's how they're going to onboard you. That's how they're going to make sure your insurance is up to date. That's how they're going to make sure your DOT is compliance. That's the word. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. Compliance. That's how, Open Force and SCI compliance. Open Force and SCI keeps up with all your compliance. All right. So it keeps up with your insurance when your insurance expires. And the thing with those services as well is they also provide insurance issues. So insurance companies. So like, let's say your insurance is lapsing or whatever, you can purchase insurance straight through those companies, and then they'll take it out of your settlements. So let's say if you're running with Final Mile with XPO, right? XPO is going to either use, let's say, Open Force or SCI, right? So basically, the companies are doing all the vetting for XPO. All your compliance, your insurance, this, that, and the third. You can purchase insurance from them, and they'll just take it out your settlement. There's also other things that you can purchase, and you can borrow against future settlements. So if you run into an issue, you need fuel or whatever, you can borrow, and your collateral is your future receivables, because they're handling all your payment. All your money is funneled through them, and then they're submitting the payment to you in care of XPO, which is the logistics company. So these two companies are companies that you probably need to sign up with anyway, because most of the companies that deal with CB Driver use one of the two. All right. We've been with both. I've dealt with a lot of companies that we have to onboard through them, and then that's how they pay. So I would suggest signing up with those two. Final Mile, you're gonna need 2 to 3 guys. It's not easy work. A lot of people are asking me about it now because I'm getting those same DMs. Hey, yo, Middle Mile is drying up. Amazon is drying up. People are telling me that. They're not saying it as nice. They're using a lot of bad words when they're DMing me very angrily and angry and stuff. So, man, if you want to come into the Final Mile, I've been telling you about Final Mile for the longest. It's going to require some work. The easy work is over, guys. It's time to work now. All that dock, Amazon, that pallet jack, wheeling those little boxes, man, it's over with. I know, other people saying, Amazon, and I haven't heard from those people. Somebody probably need to go check on that man, make sure he's okay. But that's over with now. All right. It's done died down. We don't know when it's going to get revived. Jeff Bezos is telling you to save your money, keep your money in your pocket. So you got to do something that is making money. So, man, if you got a buddy, somebody hit me up, shout out. If you're watching, I'm not knocking you, but $750 is the average of what these logistics companies are going to start you out, about 10, 11 stops. All right. And in most markets, unless you're in a larger market like your New York, your Chicago, LA, San Francisco's, Houston, you'll make a little bit more money in those markets, but just normal markets, you're going to probably get 10, 11 stops. They're going to offer you somewhere between $650, $750. I know Select is doing Bob's. They're starting you at $650. Now, $650, that's, but $750 is about average. If you're running 10, 11, someone try to push you on the mile side, but if you're in an area where it's real condensed, like your New Yorks, your Chicago's, LA's, where your stops are going to be in a smaller radius, then, I think $750 for 10, 11 stops is good. The work level is going to be more strenuous, but guess what? It's dedicated. It's guaranteed work. Jeff Bezos is telling people don't go out and buy appliances and things like that. But, you got a lot of warranty contracts. If a person's refrigerator breaks down, guys, guess what? They're going to go and use their credit card, and they're going to buy a refrigerator. If a person's washer and dryer breaks down, which happens every day, you got a lot of warranty one-and-ones, we call them, which is replacements where you drop one off, you pick one up. All right. people's appliances go out all the time. All right. And, you know, it might not be a time where you expect a person to make that frivolous purchase, but these are appliances. And if you're in a larger city, there's going to be people that are buying appliances every day. You might see a decline on the furniture side, but, you know, appliances, different story. Let's talk about cargo vans really quickly and gig work, because I see a lot of interest around the cargo vans. From what I'm seeing, cargo van business is rolling. It's rolling. The Amazon thing, it's they're pushing people more into the blocks. They're pushing those blocks for Amazon Fresh and for the package delivery. I think T-Force, I had a few people that actually watched those StockX videos and the Office Depot videos, and I found out that they have Zara and a few other clothing companies, and I did get confirmation that it was $225 in some markets for T-Force, for like StockX, and they're gonna mix it up. It's gonna be like StockX and other clothing companies. But I got a few people that are onboarding this week. That hit me up and said thanks for the sauce. They're doing Office Depot and Staples, and then they said they're gonna supplement that once they're done with those routes in the afternoon, 2-3 o'clock, and then they're gonna supplement that with some GoShare or with some Amazon Relay. All right, so opportunity for cargo vans, personal vehicle, also medical supplies. Opportunities for cargo vans, guys, and just in all honesty, right now is more abundant than the 26-foot box truck because you're limited. Everybody's complaining about Amazon. Nobody wants to do it anymore. So your options are limited. Either you're going to do Amazon, you're going to go middle mile, or you're going to do final mile. Like there's no fourth option. All right. You can sign up with CB Driver, see what gets thrown at you. Here's a company I'm going to give you. You guys are willing to go, but I'm telling you what it entails. We do it. It's not easy. It involves, you got to have a team that's mechanically inclined. You got to have the infrastructure, because you might do a whole gym and it might require 2 or 3 26-foot trucks to go to Estes terminal and pick up all the freight and then go deliver it, bring it in, install it. Anybody has ever dealt with, RXO does need 90 days. So you just heads up, like he said, RXO does need 90 days, guys. Does need 90 days. I know I got a lot of subscribers that are beyond the 90 days. The guys who are within the 90 days, dips. All right. Where did I leave off at? So the cargo van business, that's where the work is at, guys. It's more opportunity there. You're limited with your 26 foot. So if you're complaining about the rate per mile, the rates that the brokers are giving you middle mile, I know everybody's complaining about Amazon. And if you don't want to do final mile, then this is your other option. Those are only options you got for a 26-foot box truck. A lot of people have, hit me up like, I was told that I can do local work with a 26-foot box truck, and I went out and invested all this money and realizing there's no such thing as local work for a 26-foot box truck. And I'm like, I don't know who told you that. I don't know who told you that, so it's unfortunate, but these are the situations, guys. So even if you have your 26-foot box truck, there's plenty of work you can do in your car. They're guaranteeing you 225. My source said, sometimes it's only 1 or 2 stops, but you're still getting that guarantee. And that gives you the rest of the day to go hustle and make money. People that have already taken my advice are saying, man, they're making money and they're happy. They're saying that, man, they don't know why they didn't think of the cargo van first. And I'm not pro cargo van over box truck. I'm just giving solutions for the time right now. People hit me for solutions. This is the solution. Box truck solutions are very limited. So once again, either you're going to do Amazon, you're going to do middle mile, or you're going to do final mile. Those rates with those Amazon and that middle mile, or you're going to have to scale down to a cargo van and take where the actual work is. All right. Yo, Mark, let me get a truck, man. Man, I'm back, man. One of my workers was just like, man, Mark, let me run, man. I trust him, so I said, man, I'm gonna give him a percentage. I'm gonna still do all the bookings and everything from behind the computer, and he's gonna run the business and make sure the guys, and I'll check in, and I trust the guy. Guy been with me 8-9 years, so I'm gonna operate like that. And then I'm starting my next year. I'm gonna take probably two of the older trucks, and I'm starting a bouncy house business with that, and I'm thinking about building out a game truck. Game truck. I got to find someone to do the blueprints to see how we're gonna build it out and things of that nature. So, a few ideas, and I'm working on some of these other trucks that are just sitting. Instead of them just sitting, I can make money with bouncy houses and stuff like that, because that's easy money. That market hasn't really been saturated yet, because a lot of people, a lot of outside businesses got popular during the pandemic, because no one can go inside, and that's when the bouncy house things got popular. The unfortunate, well, it really isn't unfortunate, but the thing why a lot of people really couldn't get into it and saturate that business is because it requires an expensive piece of equipment, either a large cargo van or a box truck, and the box truck prices are extremely high. So even though the cost of the actual jumpy houses range you anywhere from, on the smaller scale, $200-$300 up to about $2,000-$3,000 for the larger ones. Even some are a little bit higher, like they got their arena bouncy house that might cost you $5 or $6 grand. You need a truck or a large van. Like some of those larger ones, you actually need trucks for. Those inflatable bigger ones, they weigh like 300 pounds. So the reason why it's not saturated, getting back to what I was saying, is because people didn't want to go out and spend $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for a truck for a business that's really seasonal. I got trucks, so I might as well make that little, $1,000 per truck every Saturday and Sunday per weekend, couple grand per truck, because you charging them either by the hour, or you can charge them a flat rate and make that little seasonal money and be done with it, instead of having those trucks just sit there. It requires one guy to do it, and go ahead and get money like that. If I'm going to invest, let me go ahead and answer some questions. I got some other ideas too on the build out side for trucks, like game trucks and things of that nature. Those are businesses that are really on the come up right now. Because what the pandemic did show us is that, or what it did do, it changed the way people plan events. So there's a lot of outside events that are being planned now, like with those game trucks and those bouncy house things. So I want a piece of that money. I want a piece of that. That's easy money. Oh, here's it. Who's having a bad week? Well, I don't know. I think a lot of people are upset, judging from my DMs and just the messages I'm getting. But we're trying to provide some solutions. We're trying to provide some solution. What's good, Chicago West Side of the building, Chicago Avenue and LeClaire. That's where I grew up. Chicago Avenue and LeClaire, West Side. Queens in the building. What up? What up? What up? Thanks for the coaching earlier. No problem. Appreciate you for subscribing. It's the Walt, another subscriber in the building. Shout out to all my members. Most in the building, one of my earlier subscribers. I remember all the earlier subscribers that was with me when I had less than 100 subscribers. Most was one of them. Shout out to you. Eli, what up? What up? Stockton, California building. Big Slick, what up? What up? What up? Philly in the building. Emperor Walker in the building. Diallo, Diallo. He's another subscriber that does a lot of engagement on the channel. Appreciate you for checking in. Kobe Curry, what's going on? What's going on? Demond, I see you here all the time. Another supporter. What's going on? What's going on? Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Man, I know. Why am I popping up Wi-Fi, man? The Ethernet. You're right. Somebody just spoke briefly about that this morning. You must be talking about the Amazon thing. New sub from Mississippi, thinking about financing a cargo van. Just make sure you do your due diligence, man. Don't overpay for nothing, man. Figure out what lane you want to do. before you purchase the cargo van, think about all the options that a cargo van can provide you, because you don't want to jump into a 150 or 1500 and then 6 months down the line say, yo, I want to get a dump trailer and start a junk removal business, and now you bought that 150 and that 150 isn't capable of pulling it. So think about everything that a cargo van can do, and then think about other options or other ideas that you may have that you always wanted to do that you may consider doing later on down the line. And if a cargo van is something that can fit that business model, then you might, that'll help you make the decision on if you want to go to 1500, 2500, or 3500. In Ford cases, a 150, 250, or 350. You know, for instance, if I were to jump in a cargo van, I'm easily getting a 250, 350 extended length high roof. All right, because they're, you know, sky's the limit. I never know what I may want to do with that thing down the line. I might want to pull a trailer. I might want to pull a car. I might want to pull a trailer. So I'm not going to limit myself with a 150. But if you know you just plan on doing small packages, groceries, like office supply stuff for like T-Force, Waco, Staples, Office Depot, and then supplementing that with gig work, later in the day, weekends, your Amazon flexes, your Instacarts, your big and bulkies, your Go shares, and whatever other apps, you know, that are out there, then yeah, then a 150 or 1500 would suffice. Big Slick, what up? What up? What up? All right, every other day they hit me up. They're very good. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, guys. Hit me with the questions. What else did I have to tell y'all, man? It was something else I had to tell you. I told y'all about the easy work is over. Connection is unstable. If you're on, I'm not on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged in the Ethernet. All right, sorry, man. I don't know what's going on. It's got to be the streaming company. It ain't me. Sorry if this is off topic, but would it make a big difference if I bought a truck that's spring versus air ride? Yeah, it make a big difference. Air ride, if it's fully air ride, I think that may be a CDL. I know there's an air ride assist that I believe that is non-CDL. If it's fully air ride, I could be wrong. If it's a full air ride, then that's I believe is a CDL. I believe that's a CDL 26-foot truck. It's probably over 26,000 pounds. So look at the gross vehicle weight rating on that. If it's full air, I believe it's going to be over 26,000. So that's going to be a CDL one. Just was jumping on tonight, guys, to give you that sauce. Tell everybody to keep their hands up, man. You know, I'm not finna sit up here and tell y'all things and I'm either gonna tell you if it is what it is. So if it's good, I'm gonna tell you good. If it's bad, it's gonna be bad. I know a lot of information I was telling up to this point always seemed pessimistic because that's what I was forecasting. And unfortunately, that's what I saw, that's what I believe, and that's what I knew was going to happen, which is what we're going through now. So, you know, it's unfortunate, but when good news comes, I see good news at least 3 to 6 months down the line, I'll start forecasting good news. But, you know, what Jeff was saying is he's right. I've been saying it. So the reason why I wanted to play that was because, you know, maybe people will listen to him. You know I'm saving my money. I'm saving money. Why? Because I know what happens when a market collapses. Everything goes on sale. It goes on sale. This is how the rich get richer. The rich don't buy bulk real estate when everybody else does. They were buying it in 2010, in 2011, in 2012, in 2013. You see what I'm saying? Cash on hand. Cash on hand. The people that have cash on hand, once this thing bottoms out, are the people who are going to take full advantage of this recession or recession that we're going into, or whatever they want to call it. All right. People that have cash on hand. You want to have cash on hand. If you're a person that's watching, out of the 77 people that's watching in here right now, if you haven't got in yet and you're planning on getting in and you are generating some form of revenue right now, those rates are going to bottom out. Them rates on them trucks are going to continue to go down. And if you have cash on hand, you're going to come out better than a person who bought a month ago or right now or 2 months ago or early this year. All right. They're going to have to bottom out. They're going to go down just like the rest of the economy. All right. So cash on hand, everything goes on sale. Look at it as a sale. All right. A lot of people are looking at it the wrong way. Business people, we're looking at it as a sale. If you got more cash on hand, you got enough money to go buy 2 trucks, and it's just you, go buy 1. Trucks may be so cheap, you can go buy 2, you drive 1, and then you flip the other one. You got to look at everything as an opportunity. Some people are looking at this and crying and upset. I'm looking at it as opportunity. This is opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And this is how the rich get rich. They wait, they wishing, praying, and hoping, please bottom out, please bottom out, please bottom out, please. So they can go shopping. And that's what it is, man. That's what it is. All right. A lot of people want me to forecast next year. I can't forecast 9-10 months ahead. You know, I can forecast about 3 to 4 months ahead. And I already forecasted you guys for Q1. I told you it was going to be bad. And, you know, they're reiterating what I'm saying now. Hopefully Q2, you know, when March comes around, I'll be able to start looking and see how Q2 is. I'm saying, what I will tell you this, if we don't see an uptick in Q2 going into Q3, then more than likely 2023 going to be a wash. If we don't see any uptick somewhere in Q2 going into Q3, then pretty much the rest of 2023 going to be a wash, because the reason why I say that is because 2024 is an election. 2024 is an election, and depending on who's going to run, if the candidates that run put FUD into people's hearts and minds, FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt, people are just going to hold on to their money. There's a lot of variables next year outside of consumer buying behavior that are going to determine if things turn around. All right. You know, we got an election in 2024. Putin's made some threats that he still hasn't, you know, cashed in on. There's a lot of things that people have forgotten about, or people are not thinking about, that are all going to play a part in how this economy is going to either go one way or the next way. And it just is what it is. Explain final mile to middle mile in this time to the point of putting in work. Middle mile is dock to dock. Dock to dock. Amazon, dock to dock. You pulling in one dock, you're going to another dock. You pulling in an Amazon dock, you're going to the dock of a post office. You pulling in an Amazon dock, you're going to another Amazon dock. It's middle mile. You're running middle mile, dock to dock. You may be no touch, it may be touch, but the whole concept of it is from one warehouse or fulfillment center to either another warehouse or fulfillment center, dock to dock. Final mile is from a fulfillment center or a warehouse to, it's the final leg of the journey of whatever the consumer freight is you're hauling. It's the final leg, the final journey. All right. So it's going to go from a fulfillment center or a warehouse to the consumer, to either their doorstep, to their threshold, to their room of choice, or to their room of choice white glove. All right. So there's different levels of final mile. You have curbside final mile, which can be like warehouse to another, let's say like another warehouse that may be, let's say like I like to use this one, let's say like do a lot of stuff for GM where it'll come from a warehouse and it'll be like pallets of copy paper, and GM has their own loading dock. So that's final mile. It's just their big plant, so they have a dock. If it's a consumer's place, it'll be their home. It'll either go to their doorstep or it'll go in their home or curbside, depending on what it is and depending on the level of the form of the final mile delivery that they paid for. So yeah, so it may require heavy lifting. There is something that I recently put out that a lot of people that didn't know about that I was holding on to, which is curbside final mile. A lot of people have been hitting me up about curbside final mile. Curbside final mile is not as plentiful as far as the opportunities as a lot of people think it is, and I think that's why only a few people since I put out that content on curbside final mile have been able to get in. Because it's just not, a lot of people are paying to go, either threshold or go room of choice or go white glove. Now, if you do want to do curbside, I'm gonna put you on some sauce. I'm not 100%. I'm not 100%, but I do know somebody that's doing curbside final mile with T-Force for Home Depot. Now, from my understanding, it's a 2-man, but from having Home Depot do nonstop myself at my warehouse in the past, it can be done 1-man with a lift gate as long as it's not in the appliance spectrum. If it's floor tile, anything that's palletized, 9 times out of 10, it's going curbside. We don't do in-house for floor and decor. We don't take it in. I'm not running or having people run 100 boxes of flooring up to a 3rd floor apartment. And if we do, I'm charging the hell out of the company. And most times out of 10, they're not going to pay it. They're going to find another company that's local, that's new, that just don't know no better, that's going to do it. And once they get there, they're going to be stuck, and then they're going to be complaining, but they didn't know no better. All right. Me, I know better. All right. So most things that are going to be curbside final mile is going to be like pallets of flooring, pallets of like floor tile, like your ceramic tile, linoleum tile, things of that nature, drums that are going to be band strapped to the pallet. You may have wood. You get some like we had Nordic Track, they do curbside final mile for treadmills. If the customer has a garage, I usually just tell the guys, man, just take it into the garage. Don't leave it on the curb. Lumber liquidators is usually one that's curbside final mile. Floor and decor is another one that's usually curbside final mile. It could be anything. It could be anything. You just got to find a company. R&L Carriers, Ryder offers it. XPO offers it, but I don't know how limited it is. You might want to check out T-Force with the Home Depot. I know they don't do appliances, so it is probably on the more material-based side for T-Force. So you may be able to get away with it. So there goes some sauce right there. I'm probably not going to do a video on it since I just told you guys about it now. Or I may put it only in my members only section. So yeah, you guys want to probably go check out them for that Home Depot. I sat through a virtual meeting yesterday for On Track Laser Ship. Good information. Yeah, so On Track Laser Ship is a cargo van company which they promote scalability. As far as the pay, I don't know. I see a lot of not so good, reviews as regarding the pay, but I understand that contract. In order to make money with that contract, because they promote scalability, that's a contract. To really see some money, you're going to have to operate at scale. You're going to have to operate, I believe, at scale. So, but as far as work, since they've merged with On Track Laser Ship and On Track, I mean, they have work in that field for sure. ATL, what you thinking for American Expedite? Somebody asked me about that earlier. Might have been you. I've never ran it. I've never had that account. From my knowledge on it, research here, mixed reviews. A lot of people saying the same thing you see in reviews. It's hard to kind of, judge reviews because, usually when people are satisfied with something, they don't write a review. The only people that really write reviews are people that are dissatisfied or they don't know how to work the system. So the reviews here are kind of mixed. I don't know, but what I can tell you is if you run with them, the average you probably want to work expedited in a cargo van, you're looking probably somewhere between $1,500 to $2,000 a week. I don't know what they're offering you, but that's probably where you want to that's where you're looking at about average for a cargo van. I answered that. All right, so yo, Mark, let me get a truck, man. Man, I sold some trucks early this year. I'm holding on to the rest. I'm not, because I'm the type of person, if I get rid of something, then I get mad. Even if I'm not using it, I just get mad because then I'll want it back, or I'll think of something to do with it, or I'll want to run it or something like that. That's why I ain't cut my hair. I've been thinking about cutting my locks for a few years now, but I'm like, man, as soon as I cut them, I'm gonna want them back. And I don't want to be one of them cats that I have to get my own hair sewed back in my head. So I don't know, man. I sold some trucks this year. I took advantage of people wanting to overpay for trucks. So hey, you want to pay for something that's 10 times more than what I paid for it? Be my guest. So, but I ain't I'm not selling no more trucks. Not, at least not right now. What you think about getting on them? What you think about getting on them 1201? 1201, what you mean? Getting on what? 1201? Getting on them 1201. If I'm going to invest in a box truck, do you think it matters whether it's air ride or spring? I think you need to look to see what the gross vehicle weight rating is. Make sure if it's air assist, then it should be 26, under 26,000. If it's fully air, it's going to be over 26,000 pounds. So you need to make sure it's a non-CDL truck first. Do you have a tutorial for what credentials are required to start a cargo van business? I like to start. I got a few videos up. Look at the how to start a cargo van business with LaserShip. Even though it's with LaserShip, it still has the basic fundamentals of starting a cargo van business. No matter which logistics company you want to start with, it's the simple things: your authority, your structuring your business, whether you want to do LLC or corporation, your cargo, your general liability. If you're going to be running commercial, if you're going to be running interstate, if you're going to be crossing state lines, you're going to need a DOT. All right. You're going to be crossing state lines running commercial, no matter what the weight is. Some people tell you different, but that's not true. All right. If you're crossing interstate lines, and FMCSA website, they have a page where they ask you questions. Do you plan on crossing state lines? Yes. Do you do it? Then they'll say yes. You're required to have a DOT, and then also some states also regulate within the state. And this is another thing I have to keep reminding people. Like, I know we do it here. Texas does it. I think maybe New York does it. Some other states, like, so you may have to get your DOT, and then you're going to have to go through your state regulations here. Like here, it's called the Illinois Commerce Commission. So alongside your DOT, your MC number, we also have to get an ICC number. So if you're in Texas, you got to apply with the Texas, I think they're called TX DOT. Here it's ICC, and then some other states too. So you need to look at your state regulations as well. But other than that, it's just the same thing. Just check out that video, how to start a cargo van business with LaserShip, in my catalog of videos, and it'll just give you the basic fundamentals. Katie, Texas in the building. Thanks for everything. Appreciate you. What do you think about using 12 or 16 foot box truck for final mile stuff? I think you're gonna be very limited, and your options are gonna be very minimal. Not many final mile logistics companies are gonna even touch you. The only one that's gonna touch you for a 16 footer is Select. Everything else is going 10, minimum 10, 11 stops. you're not going to be able to get 10, 11 stops of appliances in a 16-footer. You're not going to be able to get 10, 11 stops of furniture in a 16-footer. So, you know, you got people ordering full living room sets. You got a person ordering a full kitchen, a French door, 30 cubic foot Samsung LG refrigerator. It might be a full gut rehab where someone just bought a fix and flip home, and they already done fixed it up, and now they're just ordering the appliances. So now you got to deliver to this one place a refrigerator, a stove, a over the range microwave, a dishwasher, a washer, a dryer, and that's just one stop. You see what I'm saying? So each day you don't know what your stops are going to consist of. That's why 16-footer is not conducive for final mile. Select will take you because they have final mile contracts in, you know, smaller forms like Container Store, West Elm, Peloton, Dick's Sporting, Lumber Liquidators, Floor and Decor, Bye Bye Baby is probably one of their larger ones, and they'll run you in a 16-footer. But other than that, that's about it. 12-footer, I think, is, if you want to get a 12-foot truck, you might as well just get a cargo van. I wouldn't even get a 12-foot truck. I just get a cargo van. That's me personally. You know, you can do what you want. That's just my advice. I think a 12-foot truck, the only reason U-Haul makes the 10-foot and Budget makes the 12 is for studio and dorm moves for household. I only think those trucks are good for like really small household dorm, or I just bought something and I don't want to pay a delivery company. I don't want to pay the furniture store the delivery fee. I don't want to pay a moving company. I'm going to rent this 1999 U-Haul 10-foot truck, and me and my cousin, we're going to run and pick up this table together, and the whole thing is going to cost me $50. That's the only purpose I think that 10 and 12-foot truck is for. You're better off getting a van. All right. I think van holds more purpose than a 10 or a 12-foot truck. 16-foot truck, I think, has pretty much lost its place in the delivery business. I always compare it to like that middle child. You know, that middle child is always left out. You know, it's just not enough truck for what, you know, people request the 26-foot trucks for, and it's just too much truck for what a lot of, you know, van work. You know, it's in the middle. It's lost its place. You know what I'm saying? Select has a place for it. If you're in a market where you're doing, let's say, Office Depot T-Force, I was able to operate 16-footers with T-Force because I'm in a big market, and the public school systems here will order pallets and pallets of paper. So one school might order 2 or 3 pallets, which is more than what a cargo van can fit. So they utilize my trucks for bulk paper orders for like big corporations and hospitals and things of that nature. But other than that, the 16-footer really holds no purpose anymore. It's lost its place in the industry as far as I'm concerned. TJ Jackson, appreciate you. Never mind. What do you think about the Ram ProMaster? I think it's cool. I mean, you know, my first choice would be a Transit. You know, I picked the Transit over the Sprinter because of the cost difference. You know what I'm saying? I've driven a Ram ProMaster. It's cool. I don't like the comfortability, like the way it kind of like sits up. Like I don't really like that. I know the Transit is pretty much the same. I actually bought a Chevy Express in 2015, a new one. I actually like the comfortability of that more than those, but they don't make them high roof. So, you know, if I were to go out and purchase a van now, it would be either a Sprinter or a Transit, and Transit would be my first choice because of the cost. I would go for the cheaper cost. But I haven't heard anything bad about the Ram ProMaster. It's just not my first. It's not my first choice. Mark, what's going on with the Wi-Fi today? I'm not even on Wi-Fi. I'm plugged straight into the plug straight into the Ethernet. I don't run on Wi-Fi because I got too much stuff going on. I got the Stream Deck, all these gadgets and stuff. So I'm plugged straight into the wall I don't know what's going on. I think that's StreamYard. They tripping today. Let's see what up. What it comes to making money, can you make more money with a 33? Yeah, you can, because you can haul heavier freight. The heavier, the more money is going to pay. So yeah, if you got a class A CDL, you can go get a 26 footer cheaper than a non-CDL person right now. The let's take a look. I know they dropped down like about $10,000 the last time I checked. Let's take a look. The CDL 26-foot trucks is way cheaper than the non-CDL 26-foot trucks. Shit, you can go get you a truck for $15,000 right now. Did I share my screen? Let me see. Let's take a look. Let's do this. We're gonna start with the low. No, not lowest mileage, lowest cost. Lowest cost. All right. If I'm sharing the screen, yeah. All right. So look, it go 2012 Hino. That's a 338, right? So we know that's a CDL truck. 15 grand. Got 350,000 miles on it. This is a CDL truck. You can tell by the double axle in the back. All right. 23,000. All these are CDL 26 footers. 2011 International, 219,000 miles. 2008 Freightliner, 200,000 miles, 31,000. This is a CDL. See the double wheelbase right there? The double axle. All right, another 20 CDL truck. 2016 Hino, 34,000, 311,000 miles. Another 26 CDL, because it's a 338. 2014 Hino, 235,000, 37,000. 2013 Freightliner, 38,000. Probably a CDL. CDL required, right? Spring suspension. All right. All these cheap trucks are CDL trucks. Obviously, this is a CDL truck. You gotta click on that one. All these cheap ones, 338, 2019 Hino, 45,000. 2019, 313,000 miles, $45. Freightliner, 2019, 47 is probably a CDL required. All of these are CDLs. The non-CDLs probably started about 55. Those are CDLs. That's definitely, it's a reefer. No, that's a CDL. 2016. I'm gonna say CDL. Yep, CDL required. Let me see what the cheapest non-CDL truck is. See what the cheapest non-CDL truck is. See if we can find one. 2016 Freightliner M2. Let's see. CDL required. Man, do they have any non-CDL trucks? 53,000. Let's see. CDL required. 2017 Freightliner M2. Let's see. All right, here you go. Finally, no CDL required. This is a 2017 M2, and guess what? It don't even got a lift gate. It don't even got a lift gate. This is what they want for $57. I don't even want to look at it. 54,000. Let's find the cheapest non-CDL truck with a lift gate. Just so people can have an idea. This is 54. Let's see. All right, we got a gate. Yep, CDL. Man, it might be about 60,000, man. 55, 27. All right, this is a non-CDL. It's a 268. Let's see if we got a gate. We know it's a non-CDL. All right, here you go. Finally. We finally found one So 55,000, 2017, Hino, $55, 338,000 miles. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. So it ain't looking too good. I mean but for you, in your case, you got a class A. You can go get you a truck for under 30 bucks. Peak season numbers are down. Yeah, I told y'all that 3 months ago. August 29th was the first day I put out that peak season video and told people what it's gonna be. Hey man, y'all sent me through hell too. I seen all y'all sneak disses going on other channels lives, and hey, that dude over there saying it ain't gonna be no peak season. I seen all of that. It's all good though. It's all good. Hit that like button though. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. That like button. Emperor Walker in the building. What's going on? Shout out to my members. Yeah, it's the streaming service. It wasn't me. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. What time is it? Is it 9:30 yet? We got 8 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and get that free coaching session away. Interference coming in from Atlanta, Athena. Hit that like button. Joe Gonzalez, what's going on? Mandatory 2-man, but they are primary appliances. Yep, talking about final mile. Unless you're doing curbside final mile, 1 man, but those slots are very limited. Hey, I couldn't write because I was driving. The Happy Channel checking in. How you doing? Red Nose Pit, welcome in. When doing final mile, how far in advance do you know what commodity you are drop off or set up? You don't know. Day to day. You find out 5:30 in the morning when you get to the warehouse. You get to the warehouse and you pull into your dock. It'll all be lined up there for you. Maybe a bunch of, depending if you're doing like, let's say Ashley Furniture or Bob's or something like that, maybe a bunch of living room sets and bedroom sets. If you're doing appliances, it could be anything. It could be refrigerator heavy that day. It could be washer dryer heavy. It could be half and half. It could be less stops because you got more stops that are dropping off full kitchens, or it could be fix and flips deliveries where you're dropping off full kitchens with laundry centers. It could even be a worse day where you're doing 1-and-1s where you're dropping off a refrigerator and you got to pick one up. So you emptying the truck and filling the truck. So now you got to maneuver around the whole day because you go to your first stop, you take one off, then you got to bring one back on. So the truck's still full. And then you got to maneuver around that, the next stop to get to whatever you got to get to. All right, I got to jump. I got a super chat. Call them out, Mark. Who y'all want me to call out, man? Y'all know what it is, man. You talking about the what do you need for your authority? Go to the DOT, the FMCSA website, and just fill out the information. You're gonna need $300 for your MC. I got a tutorial on it on my website, that you can check out. Pretty much straightforward. Just follow the instructions. Now, if you ask me what you need to get up and going, you're gonna need your DOT, your MC. You got to get BOC3. You're gonna need your commercial insurance, your general liability, your commercial auto, and your commercial cargo. And you're gonna need a structure of business, whether it's an LLC or a corporation, S corp or C corp. Other than that, to get your authority, just go to the DOT website and go through the process. You're gonna get your DOT number. You gotta get your EIN number. You can get that for free too, just by going to irs.gov. You get your LLC or your corporation from going to your local Secretary of State website and just applying for it. But yeah, it's pretty much straightforward. Just go to FMCSA website and apply for a new authority. If you need help, I got a tutorial on my website. Mark, you read it wrong. I appreciate the super chat though, Hugo Velasquez. Mark, you read it wrong. I said I have a B class license, not A, but I do know what you're saying. It still applies. Yeah, you good. As long as you got a CDL license, then you can drive that truck. You can drive that truck. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let me see where I leave off at. Mandatory 2-man, correct. Hey, I couldn't write. I have to read that one. I answered that one. Gregory Grant. You're right about Final Mile too. When I first moved to Florida, I worked for a logistics company for Home Depot. No GPS route, had do paper maps. That must have been a long time ago. That must have been the 2000s then. They still need ops, and the money was heavy, but help is hard to find. My peeps telling me to go cargo van also. Yeah. So another thing, guys, that are people who are, because a lot of people have been hitting me up about the Final Mile. Listen, your biggest challenge is going to be finding people, guys. And I say this, people who subscribe to the channel say this all the time. That's my issue. Finding people is going to be an issue. Finding people for anything now is an issue, but finding people for things that are labor intensive it's even more of an issue now. So, even if you find someone now, you got to keep them. A lot of people that do this, like after that first day, after that break-in day, that first day, you're going to get some people ain't going to answer the phone. I went through a lot of that in the first year and last year of the pandemic, which is why I just said to hell with it. I'm just going to roll with the guys that have been with me for years and just scale down, because you don't want to start a new contract with a company on board, right? And you think everything is all finna go all smooth, and then that guy come out that first day, you do them 10 stops, because they're only gonna hit you with 10 stops. They're not gonna flood you that first day, because they need to see what you made of, what you got, and they're not gonna set you up for failure. So most logistics companies are gonna send you out with 10 stops. And if a person ain't physically fit, in shape, agile, and used to this, that first day, even if you are, you know what I'm saying, that first day, that next morning when you wake up, you cooked. And some people just like, yo, to hell with it. They know the first day, halfway through the day, they know, man, I ain't coming back tomorrow. They know it. It's just a lot of people just don't have the courage to come to you and be like, yo, I'm sorry I wasted your time. I thought I could do it. I thought I was cut out for this, but I'm not. I hate when that happens, and it happens a lot. It happens so much to that point. Like I said, I'm like, man, to hell with this. To hell with looking for people, because it's just hard finding people to do this. And I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm always going to keep it funky with people. I'm going to keep it funky with you. I'm going to keep it real. I know I'm not the type of person that's going to just sit up there and tell you what I want you to hear, and because it sounds like the right thing you want to hear. I'm going to give you the positive information. I'm going to give you the sauce, but I'm also going to keep it funky with you, and I'm going to be very transparent. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to tell you, middle mile is easy. If the world on a great day, if you like driving and you don't mind being away from home, as far as the work level, it's easy. You backing into a dock. In most cases, you getting the shit loaded for you. They're going to close the door, put a seal on. You're going to drive somewhere else back into another dock. They're going to break the seal and come on that bad boy with a forklift or a crown forklift and get it off, unless you pulling off with your pallet jack. Whoop-de-doo. Whoop-de-doo. That's easy. I say it's easy. Final mile is a different ball game. You're going to work. I say middle mile is easy if you like driving, but I'm also going to say final mile makes a lot more money, but you're going to work. You're going to work. Ain't no way around it. So, and I know, I've been getting hit up a lot, and I know a lot of people on that, like that desperation mode, because that middle mile ain't cutting it and they want to do final mile. But look, don't waste your time if you're not cut out for it. Don't go through the onboarding process. Don't go through none of it. I'm telling you, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not doing that. This shit ain't no joke. It's not no joke. It ain't. And your liability is heavily increased. All right. It's increased. So not only, and this is for, even if you fit for it, you got to make sure you vet the right people, because you can just get your cuz, man, cuz we finna go out here and we finna get this money, cuz, and cuz might not be cut like that. Cuz might not be cut like that. He might not be strong. He might be weak. Y'all going up some stairs. He tip over. Now the refrigerator done dent the wall, hit the wall. Now you gotta get the wall fixed. Now the customer like, I want the wall fixed and I'm refusing the refrigerator because the refrigerator got scratched. You're not bringing no refrigerator in no crib with no plastic, with no styrofoam, with none of that, because it's not gonna fit through the door. You bringing a refrigerator in bare. Anybody that does final mile, you see anybody do final mile, they're bringing it in bare, because the way a refrigerator comes wrapped, it's got a big piece of styrofoam wrapped around the top of it. It's sitting in the styrofoam, a cardboard with plastic styrofoam around it. It has a thin layer of styrofoam all the way around it. All right. And then it has a big, thick piece of that thick plastic. All right. All that shit coming off, because 9 times out of 10, depending on the size refrigerator, especially like if it's a French door or double door, them doors got to come off. Them doors got to come off. You got to put the straps on. You got to strap that thing up. You got to strap it up. You got to squat. You got to make sure your back's straight. You got to squat. You got to have enough core strength, right? Enough core strength, enough leg strength to stand up, hold that thing there with the strap, stand up. And that person going back, he got to have enough hamstring, leg strength, because he's going backward. He's got to hold that thing. Y'all got to know which equipment to use depending on the situation you going. If it's stairs, how many flights, things of that nature. And you got to really know what you're doing. So not only is it a strength thing, it's also a liability thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, one little twist, one little turn, if you might be cut, you might be strong, but if your helper ain't cut like that, it's a wrap. You know, first day, you didn't know he was weak as hell, and you going up 2 flights of stairs, and he's on the bottom, and he can't cut. You feel it. You at the top. You just see that his arms starting to shake and shit. Oh man, he finna kill himself, man. He finna kill himself. You know, you got to know all this stuff, man. But let's do this little giveaway real quick. See who's gonna win this free coaching session real quick, and then I'm gonna get back to the Q&A. All right, let me share the screen real quick. Good luck to whoever entered. All right. We'll filter duplicate users. All right, so not a lot of people entered. Make sure I'm sharing my screen so you see it. All right, let's start. I'm only going to pick the winner who followed the instructions. All right. So Maggie Brown is the winner. Thanks for all the great info. She followed the instructions. She put hashtag free coaching session. So Maggie Brown is the winner. Maggie Brown, are you in the building? We're going to wait to see if Maggie Brown is in the building to claim her prize. Otherwise, got to go to the next person. Maggie Brown, you in the building? Maggie Brown? Oh, yeah, she is in the building. All right, Maggie Brown, this is what I need you to do. Maggie Brown, do you have Instagram? Maggie Brown? You got Instagram? Yeah, I heard about the furloughs for FedEx. I heard about the furloughs. Hey, Maggie Brown, what's your you got Instagram? What's your Instagram name, Maggie? What's your Instagram name? Or you can IG me, but I prefer yours because anybody might just text me or DM me and say, I'm Maggie Brown. Just give me your IG. And then tomorrow I'll DM you and I'll give you an access code to my website so you can go in and schedule your free coaching session. Man, that's what we doing, guys. We trying to help out as many people as possible, man. I may give out some gas cards or something like that, man. You know, coaching sessions, probably do a few gas cards, man. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. We trying to turn things up, man, and trying to help people out, man, as much as we can. Rough times, whatever information I have, I'm going to continue to give it. I'm going to continue to come on 3 nights a week for the most part. I'm not claiming Sunday and I'm not claiming Thursday. I'm only claiming Tuesday, but I'll come on. If you miss me one of these weeks on a Sunday or Thursday, then hey man, remember I'm your cousin. Hey Maggie. Oh, okay, I see it. There you go. Let me write this down for Maggie. Let me see. Max Mayo. All right, I'm gonna hit you up tomorrow, Maggie, and I'll have a code in there for you so you can go ahead and claim that. Set it up for maybe next week one day. All right, where did I leave off at? But congratulations. I'm gonna try to do more giveaways, coaching giveaways, probably do some gas cards, things of that nature going into Christmas. All right. Appreciate everybody that's been checking in. Appreciate everybody that's been rocking with me. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Now, I'm not filling up no 26 footers now. I'm gonna give you some personal gas money, you know. I'm not finna get nobody no $300-$400. Not right now. Not yet. Maybe we're gonna work our way up. We're gonna start off slow and we're gonna work our way up. All right. We're gonna help out some way, shape, form, or fashion. And then we'll just cash app it to you. All right. Where do we leave off at? Here we go. But congratulations to Maggie. She won. Would you recommend using apps or signing up with logistics sites to start if I rent a cargo van? I would do both. So you probably wasn't in here the other night. So the way I would do it is I would sign up with logistics company. I would run a route in the morning, let's say like Office Depot or Staples or whatever, right? Boom. That route should usually be ending. If you get to work on time, about 5:30 in the morning, you do your load out. You should be done by 2, sometimes early, depending on what the volume looks like, 2, 3, let's say. From there, I would go pick me a 4-hour Amazon Excel flex block if it's available in your area. It's a pilot. If not, just get you a 4-hour block for Amazon. 4-hour block usually pays somewhere between like 90 and $100 or so, plus tips. So it'll probably say like 90 or maybe 103 to like 123 or something like that. If you're gonna pick a 4-hour block, you could pick a 2-hour block, 3-hour block, hour and a half, whatever you want to do. But basically, what I'm saying is, I would still do a logistics run, and then I would use apps to supplement my income because you have plenty of opportunity. You feel like Amazon Flex is running from like 6 a.m. to midnight in this market. You know what I'm saying? So depending on your market, you got sky's the limit on what you want to do. And there's always stuff on there for you to pick. You know what I'm saying? If you don't want to do Amazon Flex, you can go share. You got Instacart big and bulky. You got Black Fridays coming up. So a lot of big screen TVs that people can't fit in their car, you know. They got the 85-inch, I think Best Buy is doing this year for $1,000, I believe. That can't fit in nobody's car. They're gonna have to get it delivered. Some people ain't gonna wait for Best Buy. They're gonna go use the apps because they want to get it home that same day. Make a killing. You know how to do a mount installation, they're going to add on $100. I recommend, guys, if you're going to be delivering TVs, I recommend you watch a YouTube video on how to mount TVs. That is probably the easiest $100 you can make. I mean, an impact drill, you can get you a Black & Decker impact drill for $60-$70 on Amazon. You get you some bits from Walmart for the low. You get you a stud finder for about $20, $30 if you want a good one. It's easy, and watch a tutorial on YouTube on how to do it. I mean, that's an easy $100 to $200 depending on the scope. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, getting back, logistics company in the morning and then supplement Amazon Flex, Go Share, Lug, Dolly, Sky's the limit. There's so many apps I never can think of them. I always say the same few because those are the ones that I always remember. GoPuff, Grubhub, I mean, whatever. Grocery apps, Instacart, big and bulky. Sky's the limit. What's the other one now? Fetch, that's package delivery. Fetch, that's another one. That's all packages. Fetch. Somebody put me on that one the other day. Let's see. So my man, small box truck and his captain with his 16-footer making. Listen, man. I got people hitting me up every day. I'm telling you, for box trucking, my DM, you would think I was like, the way my DM been going off the chain the past 2 weeks. Man, people in box trucks ain't even making 3,000. 26 footers ain't even grossing 3,000 a week. So I'm not saying nobody cap. I don't know what another person is doing. I ain't counting nobody pockets. But I'm gonna tell you one thing though. One thing's for sure and two things for certain. A lot of box truck subscribers have been upset lately because a lot of you guys have been some people have been following certain people and the numbers might not be adding up. The numbers ain't adding up. Some people saying they doing 30 to 50 loads a week with Amazon, and some things ain't adding up now. Some things is not adding up. So man, what's done in the dark is gonna come to the light, man. The truth is gonna always come to the forefront. Always. And then when it does, people disappear like thieves in the night. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. I was installing everything, fridges, microwaves, washers, dryers. Ain't gonna lie, it was hard work. Upside, you could sell appliances that was still working to local refurb. So yeah, so most logistics companies now, if you run a final mile, the install, like you don't have to run water lines for refrigerators no more because there were so many claims. They gotta get a plumber to do that now. As far as the dishwasher, that involves electrical work. You got to ground it and all that stuff. That requires an electrician. So those are just drops. The refrigerator, if the water line ain't already ran, all right, and tied into the main water line, then you can screw it into the refrigerator. But if it ain't ran, like not drilling no holes, tapping into no water lines no more. That's all over with. But back in the day, you did have to do that. Just so many claims now. A lot of companies, they're not requiring it. I got a CDL box for 17 last year. Yeah, the CDL box trucks is cheap. Are the mileage good on those CDL box trucks? You can probably get them for about, I have noticed that the CDL box trucks are usually in the 300,000 a mile. So they're a little bit higher than what I would get one at. Are you still in final mile? Oh, that's great. Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. What's some game you got on have a CDL with box trucks as opposed to those who don't? What's some game you got on have a CDL with a box truck? If you got a CDL, my thing is if I got a CDL, I'm gonna go make the bigger money. I'm gonna go chase the bigger bag, the 53-footer. If I got a CDL, I'm not gonna limit myself. I'm just gonna go ahead and get the bigger bag. That's me personally. But to each his own. I mean, I know some people that got CDLs that do box trucking, but if I'm gonna go get a CDL, I'm just gonna go get a rig or drive a rig or drive for another company or something. I'm going whatever it's gonna be, regardless if I'm working for myself or whatever. I'm gonna go do the rig thing. Yeah, that's me personally. RXO needs 90 days waiting period. Is that what you mean? Yeah. So RXO, you got your authority got to have been active 90 days. Call them out, Mark. Yeah. What do you need for renting? Money. A lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money. You want to rent a truck now? You need a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot of money. It depends. The different companies got different requirements now. Some rental truck companies are saying you got to be in business 2 years. Some are saying you got to be in business 2 years and have a brick and mortar. Some are requiring a deposit. I've heard as low as 1,000. I've heard as high as 10,000, and then you'll get that deposit returned once the truck is returned. Rentals are going anywhere from, good luck finding one on the low end, 650, 700, 750. I've heard as high as 2,500 a week. Mileage, heard as low as 13 cents a mile. I've heard as high as 40 cents a mile as recently. Yeah, that's what you need to get a rental right now. Either all of those things or some type of variable mixed in between. That's what's going on right now with the rental. Who you talking to? My hair? My hair looks cool. Say cool, not pretty. It's cool. It look cool. But thank you though. Thank you. Do you still need BOC 3? You need a BOC 3 for your authority to go active. That's a part of getting your authority active. One of the requirements. Man, I'm late. I thought the live started at 9:30. Man, I'm not. Nah, man, you read that wrong. The drawing was at 9:30 for the free coaching session, which went to Maggie Brown, which is Mags Mayo. You're 100% right. Maggie Brown won. Maggie Brown won. Congratulations once again. Shout out to Maggie Brown. She won a free 30-minute coaching session with me. Maggie, I'm going to DM you tomorrow with the info so you can go to the website. It'll probably be a code where you'll be able to log into the website and select what day and time you want your coaching session. But did you hear about the FedEx layoff? So yeah, FedEx is doing furloughs. They're laying off and they're doing furloughs. C.H. Robinson is firing people. FedEx is laying off people. I've been staying away from this, you guys. I've been trying to stay away from this peak season stuff because I don't want to be the guy to beat a dead horse, man. I did my trolling last week, which was really geared toward other content creators. It was all in fun. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't really, it was all in fun. Shout out to all of them. So, but I don't want to keep beating a dead horse because a lot of people are suffering. Unfortunately, a lot of people are suffering. They were banking on this year's peak season. And when you're the only person telling people this, I understand why a lot of people didn't believe me or wanted me to be wrong because everybody else was promoting let's get ready for peak season. But the learning lesson that I want people to learn from this is, understand the economy. It's like I've been saying since I started this YouTube channel, like, if you're moving consumer freight, who controls it? Consumers control the industry. When they buy, freight volume goes up. If they don't buy it, everything stops. The consumer, F Amazon, F C.H. Robinson, F everybody that you guys deal with as far as getting freight from. Because guess what? If don't nobody buy nothing, then they're not going to have no freight to give you. And I know why people just felt like it was so hard to believe there wasn't nobody going to spend money, but I gave everybody all the reasons, but just nobody rolled. Few people rolled with me. I seen some people riding with the boy. So yeah, I kind of understand why it was hard to believe. You know what I'm saying? But I seen this happen before. You know what I'm saying? Listen, consumer credit card debt is going up. Everybody paid off their credit cards when they got their stimulus money and they PPPs and everything. Consumer credit debt went down. It's on the rise again. And guess what? It's going to go through the roof next month when everybody starts, the few people, the minimal people that do buy Christmas stuff, they're going to buy it on credit. what adds more insult to injury is that because inflation is so high right now, even though volume is going to be down, the retailers are going to still make more money than they made last year because of inflation. So even though they're selling less, they're going to make more. So the retailers are still going to win. The retailers are going to win because of inflation. Even though they're selling less, they're going to make more because of inflation. You know, but the volume is low. So volume is low, people got to go. Volume low, people got to go. You know, people not making money. Some retailers, not all retailers, your Walmarts, they're set to do good. Their volume is going to be lower, but inflation is going to increase. And then they have groceries and stuff. They're winning on the grocery. They're beating Amazon in grocery. All right. They're beating Amazon in grocery. And it's just like something else I said a few months ago. It might have went over people here. I feel like Walmart. I feel like if Walmart would have done their research and development a lot better in the 90s, Amazon would have existed, but they would have been number 2 as far as that online presence. Walmart had the head start to be number 1 because they already had the infrastructure, they had the money, and not only did they have the money, they have the footprint. They had the footprint. You know, Walmart, a lot of people don't understand, outside of, you know, it being a big box store, they're heavy in real estate. If you look at a Walmart, when they build a new Walmart, they buy a big piece of land, and what they'll do is they'll set the Walmart way in the back. And then what they'll do with those outlots is they'll build strip malls in the front. Walmart owns all those strip malls. So if you pay attention to wherever you live at, like a Walmart that's like in a mall, they build their store way in the back. And then they'll build an outlot in the front, and then you'll have like your restaurants, like your Wingstop, your Popeyes, your Starbucks, Taco Bell, maybe an ATI Therapy place, maybe a Ross, TJ Maxx or something like that. Walmart owns the whole spot. They build it out, and not only are they making money from the store, right, but they're also charging these places rent. So they're making money. You know, they can close some non-performing Sam's Clubs and turn them into fulfillment centers at any time. You know what I'm saying? So they could have, instead of them trying to catch up to Amazon as far as online, they could have been number 1. They're number 1 as far as essentials and groceries. Amazon can't come close to them on that. They can't come close to them on that. If you ever tried to buy something from Amazon, like some garbage bags or something, no, stuff is too expensive. They make their own little Amazon, but whoever they're outsourcing to make that stuff and to brand it with them, it's still not coming. It's not coming in as cheap as Walmart. Walmart still got them on that. But you know, if Walmart creates something similar to like what Amazon Flex is, I think Walmart might tear a hole up at Amazon as far as contractors is concerned. If they build something out, which I doubt, because Walmart is very employee oriented. Even with, you know, they do their grocery delivery. They have Spark, but their grocery delivery, like in-house, like it's employee based for the most part. For the whole part, it's employee based. So yeah, but yeah, FedEx is laying people off. Haven't heard Walmart's not laying nobody off though. I think Amazon just, you know, they got ahead of themselves. And not only they have ahead, I always talk about Amazon, and I'm very critical of Amazon, but I think people just rolled that Amazon way. Like, listen, a business can grow. Listen, they scaled and 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 they scaled. Like, a business is going to hit a pinnacle. They're going to hit a climax somewhere down the line. All right. I think because they had so much money and their quest to just take over everything in the world, it got kind of ahead of themselves, because eventually you're going to reach a top point. Eventually you're going to max out. There's only so much services, only so much product, only so many people in the world. And if you have majority of the clientele customer base anyway that's already with you, then you're gonna hit your peak. And I just believe they hit a peak mixed in with the pandemic thing and the economy. I think they grew too much during the pandemic. They grew much during the pandemic. They took a lot of that pandemic money and were reinvested into building more and more businesses, more and more fulfillment centers, and they got ahead of themselves. Now they just got these fulfillment centers that they just stopped construction on, and they're using it as storage place. You got some that were in the midst of construction that's just stopped construction, and then the ones that were finished that hadn't opened yet, they're storage facilities. Now you got 10,000 people that started the layoffs yesterday that they're going to do this year. And then now they just announced a few hours ago that they're going to do a whole nother round starting Q1 of next year. And it's going to be based around retail logistics, and experience, whatever experience department is. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's not good, but the lesson I want people to learn from this is consumer buying behavior. If you're going to be in a retail, if you're going to be, in this freight business, it's going to be revolving around how consumers buy. You got to pay attention. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's how I was telling y'all this. Be prepared. Don't bank on nothing. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And I was saying that. It's business. Nothing's going to last forever. Nothing's going to last forever. It's going to be ups and it's going to be downs. So you got to prepare yourself for it. It's just unfortunate that this happened, right before Christmas, because I understand a lot of people were banking on it, because a lot of people have been struggling these past couple of months, and they were banking on like some similar to last year to kind of revive them, and it's just not going to happen. Oh, wait a minute. The community announcement said a winner would be announced at 9:30. Yeah, you missed it. Maggie Brown. StreamYard is tweaking tonight, man. Man, they tweaking, man. Man, I might have to find me another streaming platform. I don't understand why YouTube just don't have their own streaming platform. Why do we have to use a third party, pay them, and then this shit works half the time? All right, where I leave off at? All right, bet. All right, so Maggie Brown won. Congratulations to Maggie Brown. Emperor Walker in the building. Let me see here. Hit that like button. Congrats to Maggie Brown. She won the free coaching session. Hit the like button. Congrats, Maggie. Congrats. All right. We're going to do more of those. We're going to do some gas giveaways probably too. I remember because I thought Mark was starting a live later from now. No. 7:30 on Tuesdays, usually 8 on Sundays, 8 on Thursdays. Mark about to set his fuel card out for the team, man. You crazy. I don't even hand fuel cards out no more. I actually got a video, but it's for members only. I talk about a fuel theft ring that went on a few years ago with me. I lost a couple grand. They was running it up on your boy, man. But that was my fault. I pay more attention to, man, they just called me at a bad time, man. I don't know. There was just a lot going on at that time, and I wasn't, not the fact I wasn't paying attention. I just wasn't monitoring certain things, and they ran it up on your boy for about 3 months, and I'm just paying it. I'm like, damn, why is my fuel doubling like this? Like, why am I paying? I think I was paid $6,000 for 2 weeks one time. I think I paid like 12,000, and we local. Final mile, I'm paying 6,000 every 2 weeks. I know I'm running a bunch of trucks, but man, usually 2 weeks was for me was about 3,000, 4 at the most. Local, you know what I'm saying? Like, trucks, when they fill up, but man, they ran it up on your boy. Thanks for your time, Mark. Appreciate you, Joe. Looks like he has a lot more viewers tonight, though. Viewers been going up ever since. I think the views are going up for a few different reasons, but I ain't gonna talk about it. I'm interested in getting straight to the bag. Example you used in previous chat, getting on M&B, contact delivering lottery tickets, just an example. Straight to the bag. Example you used in previous chat, getting an M&B, contract delivering lottery tickets. Well, that worked here for me. Every state is different. So every state's municipality, if they're looking for different services, is going to be different. That Illinois State Lottery here, that was just an opportunity here. I don't know if that opportunity is going to be available in your state, but yeah, if you got your business, you've been in business for a year, I would go ahead and try to get that MBE under your belt. I thought Freight don't do box. I don't know who that is. Freight T. Glenn, what's going on? Thanks for checking in. I was thinking Freight is just cargo van too. Who is Freight T? Is that like a content creator? You're a very smart, productive guy. The Happy Channel, appreciate you. Buddy missing in action, Cap. Which buddy you talking about? It's a few buddies. Which buddy you talking about? I'm in my rig right now. Bob telling to the house. Be safe out there. Look nice. That's better. Not pretty. Look nice. How do I start? I just got my LLC trying to get a cargo van. Get your authority. Look up your state. See what you want to do. If you're going to run interstate, you probably don't have to go get your authority. If you plan on crossing state lines, go ahead and get your DOT and all that stuff. Get your insurance, your general liability, your cargo, your commercial auto, and then start signing up for some places. But figure out what you want to do. If you're going to run interstate, you don't need to go do the DOT thing. But depending on the state may regulate it. So check your state regulations and see if you're in a state that regulates commercial delivery. Rental companies taking us for a ride as we take the freight for a ride. Rental companies, I don't think, based on what we now know, and based on what someone told me the other day, I think on a chat or something, and then what I know as far as the global chip shortage, the rental thing is either going to stay the same or it's going to get worse. It's not going to go back the other way. So for those people that are looking for rental, that are hoping that, listen, as long as this global chip shortage is going on, as long as manufacturing is down, as long as people are still running off with the trucks, as long as the economy is messed up and they haven't recouped those trucks from people that they've been calling to bring them back, then it's just going to be the same thing. The only way I see rental trucks going down is if people just wholeheartedly stop renting trucks. If the economy bottoms out and people start bringing their rental trucks back, then you'll start seeing those rates go down. But people don't want to bring those trucks back because they know, well, if I bring it back, I change my mind, then ain't no trucks. So I got to hold on to this truck. But at the end of the day, listen, if you're not making money, if it's not making dollars, then it's not making sense. You got to figure something out. You might have to turn the truck in, start again from the drawing board. If you're not making money in your 26-foot box truck because the rates are bad and your overhead is high, then maybe you want to re-enter with a cheaper in a lane that's has a cheaper cost of entry, where you have a little bit more opportunity to make more money and profit on the cargo van side. Like I said earlier, I'm not trying to coerce people to swing over to the cargo van. I'm just giving people solutions to stay in the industry and to make money. All right. The advantage that I think a person who's renting a truck has versus a person, let's say, who went out and purchased a truck at an exorbitant rate is you can turn that truck in. And this is why I don't really understand. Like, listen, if you're renting a truck and you know you're paying high as hell, I know people know they paying high as hell because they tell me they paying high as hell, but they don't want to turn the truck in. Listen, you can turn that truck in. It's not going to hurt you. If you're losing money week after week or you're breaking even, why? Turn that damn thing in, go get you a van and go ahead and do this expedited thing or do this final mile delivery thing on a small scale and then supplement it with Amazon. For the people that are renting a truck to do Amazon relay that's complaining, yo, I know people making Amazon Flex making $300-$400 a day. So if you're doing a run 150 miles in a box truck that you're renting for whatever it is a mile, and you saying, man, it's a $300 load, and then you cut that in half, your miles in half, and your time and all that stuff, like, did you really come out? Or is the person who's running this Amazon Flex in their car really the winner right now? Are they really the winner right now? I don't hear nobody over there complaining. You see what I'm saying? Amazon Relay had its time last year when those rates was high. People was running it up. All right, it is what it is, but it's not like that now. It's not like that. And I said it in the video, man. Let the past go. That shit is over with. Stop holding on to the past. You know what I'm saying? If you keep holding on to that past, man, you ain't gonna never move forward. It's over with. People still complaining about it, but yet still running it. You got to figure out what you're going to do to make money. It's not going to turn around. Jeff Bezos just said, don't spend no money. This is demand. So for everybody, a lot of people, look up to this man. I don't look up to this man. You know what I'm saying? But the man said it. Yo, save your money. Don't buy nothing. But going back to what I said, Flex is, everybody seemed to be winning over there. I don't hear nobody complaining. And it's not costing that much. Maggie Brown, appreciate it. Look forward to talking with you. Can I email you? I'm listening and riding with the boy. I'm listening and riding with the boy. Can I email you? I'm listening and riding. Who want to email? Yeah, if you got my email, email me. Chris A. I don't know who that is. But yeah, if you got my email me, email me. Let me know what you want to rap about. Yo, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button. Hit me with the questions back on Sunday. Sunday night, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock. Sunday night, 7:30, 8 o'clock. We're gonna be talking cargo vans, gigs, and box trucks on Sunday night. I'm gonna have some more sauce for y'all. More sauce. I can't give y'all all the sauce in one in one drop. Make sure y'all go sign up for that CB driver. Make sure y'all go sign up for that RXO. Make sure y'all go check out that T-Force, that Home Depot sauce, that Curbside Final Mile. I was gonna do a video on it, but skip it. The people who are on the live, they just get it. If I do a video, it's gonna be for the members only. I'm not gonna put it out in public because I can't keep sending T-Force. Hold on, I was thinking just cargo van too. Let me see. Where did I leave off at? All right, let me see. Where did I leave off at? Oh, here, Chris A. Can I email you? I'm listening and riding with the boy. Yeah, you can email me. I'm waiting, bro. What up? I'm buying everybody gift cards for Christmas. Family buy their own stuff. There you go. I've been hearing a lot of that. Gift cards, like no like tangible, like actual thingy type gifts. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people just saying they're doing a gift card thing. What is a CDL truck versus the other non-CDL truck? Non-CDL is under 26,001 pounds. CDL truck is over 26,001 pounds. 26,001 pounds and above, over 26,000 pounds. Just make it easy. Non-CDL is under 26,000. CDL is 26,000, over 26,000. Some Walmarts don't own that land. They have a program you can get into to where you get the land at Walmart, do a 15-year term lease with you. Yeah, so probably all of them don't, but I know some of the ones here. When I watched the construction build, I remember they were promoting that they bought the land and they were building the outlots. Jan, where I'm from, Amazon bought up all the rental trucks out here where I'm from in Ohio. Yeah, so that's another thing too. USPS, UPS, FedEx, and Amazon have been renting up all the trucks and vans. So if you want a van, now is probably the time to go get one sooner than later if you can find one. It's going to be cheaper to get in. Spark is so slow with their verification process and their customer service. All right, so the reason why Spark is slow is because so basically what Spark should do is what Amazon Flex has done. Once they get an abundance or an influx of providers, they shut the app off, they let you fill it out, and then they say, it's a waiting list. We got your email. We'll email you when new opportunities arise. The waiting list here in this market was shut down for a year. They just opened it back up about 3 months ago. It was a big deal here in Chicago. So Spark, they allow you to fill it out, but then like the process is slow. Really what I'm thinking it is they just don't have, they already have enough service providers and they don't want to drown out having so many service providers with the volume of work. But they don't tell you that. They just have you just sitting in the queue like you're waiting on verification. I think that's what it is because a lot of people say that. A lot of people. I seen some interesting deals for box trucks on OfferUp, 27, 13 Hino. That's a CDL. This 338 is a CDL. To 268 is non-CDL. I saw the one he gave me Sunday when he was driving. I did see that one. I actually talked to Entre Mike like an hour before I went on live. He called me. So we got something coming up we're going to do. I don't know in what format, but me and Entre Mike got something coming up next month. We're going to put something together. It'll probably be a live. But yeah, I just literally got off the phone about an hour before I got on. And yeah, we're working on something. So just stay tuned. We got something in the making between me and Entre Mike. Shout out to Entre Mike. Shout out to Kirk at On Track Trucking. Shout out to all the content, box truck content creators. Shout out to Big Vic. Shout out to the box truck couple. Even shout out to the Angry Man, Mr. Cruz. I ain't got no beef with nobody, but man, I ain't gonna let nobody talk crazy to me. I'm gonna talk crazy back. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you crown yourself the king of something, and ever since he might have jinxed it for y'all. He might have jinxed it ever since he crowned himself the king of Amazon. Amazon has just been looking bad. Amazon been looking bad. Hey man, tell him, man, go take that crown off his head, man. Straight up and down. Take that crown off your head, man, and just toss it in the trash can or something. Yeah, I saw it. Shout out to Entre Mike. What you think about what the box truck drivers are going through? What do you think about what the box truck drivers are going through? I think it's sad. I think a lot of box truck middle mile drivers are gonna have to find a way to transition. They're gonna have to be very conscientious of the loads they pull. They're gonna have to really pay attention to their costs. A lot of middle mile box truck owner operators are operating at exorbitant costs. So now is the time to, maybe pull back. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. A lot of middle mile box truck owner operators, even though rates are down, I think a lot of them would be able to survive if they didn't have high costs. And that's just I'm just keeping it real. Like, I say this over and over. I talk to people every day. I'm getting DMs since I've been on live, people hitting me. You know what I'm saying? And they telling me they cost, and like a big part of it is the cost. You know what I'm saying? So you got to find a way to get out. Like, yo, I get it, but here's the thing. We talked about this the other day. This ain't the bottom. This ain't the bottom. So if you're operating on thin ice now, then come January, come February, we're gonna be sitting in the same spot, and I'm gonna be telling you, I told you 3 months ago, the same way I'm telling you, I told you 3 months ago about peak season. Like some people, saying, yo, you done made, I'm messing with you now, man. You know what you're talking about, man. It's obvious. But you can sit and hold on to dear fate. Listen, it's nothing. If I done told you, Jeff Bezos done told you, all these companies are laying off. If all this ain't a sign, and I'm telling you, we're going to see a bottom. Historically, a guy, 14 years, going on 14 years, January and February are always slow. Always. Good economy, bad economy, mild economy. January and February are always slow. So if you're in a bad economy, it's the holiday season. It's Thanksgiving. I don't know if some of y'all don't know. Thanksgiving is next week. Black Friday is next Friday, a week from 2 hours from now, a week from tomorrow. A week from tomorrow is Black Friday. Does it seem like the holiday season? Does it seem like a normal Thanksgiving, week before Thanksgiving, Christmas season to y'all? It don't seem like one to me. I don't even know what the hot buy the season is. Normally, you know what the hot buy the Christmas season is. I don't know what the hot buy is because it ain't the hot buy this year. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of box truck drivers have to reduce their costs. I think that's one. Like, I can't sit up here and blame the economy for everything. A lot of drivers, they got high costs. They got to reduce it, and that's step one. Step two is take a step back and really look at the picture and figure out, is operating at these high costs right now with what I'm being told is coming in the next 2 months. Do I really want to continue to do this? So I think it's sad, but I think the box truck people got to hold themselves accountable. They operating at high costs, and I think they got to really pay attention to how they're operating, and that come out their comfort zone. That's what I'm trying to say. They got to come out their comfort zone. Really got to come out their comfort zone. A lot of guys that want to stick around the crib, man, y'all got to hit the road. Y'all might have to hit the road. I was talking to a young man earlier. He gonna have to play the Midwest. I was just got off y'all just mentioned Andre Mike. I just got off the phone with him. He's on his way home. The man said he ain't been home in a month. He said he hasn't been home in a month. He's on his way home. He said, man, I haven't seen home in a month. So if you want it, that's what it takes to get it. A lot of people ain't, a lot of people don't, to be away from your family for a month, that's different. That's different. Like, he operating different than a lot of people. some people ain't finna operate like that. If you know that that's what it's going to take to get the bag right now, then, and you ain't willing to do it, then you got to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? The man told me, Mark, I'm on my way home. I ain't been home in a month. I'm almost home. You know, so I think a lot of people that got in, box truck guys that got in last year, it was easy. It was easy to get in. It was easy. You got in, you start making money. There was no learning curve because of inflation. Everything was high. People got in and started making money like that. Boom. They never went through a learning curve. You usually go through your learning curve at the beginning. Everybody got in last year and took off. And now what's going on is people getting their cherry pop when really they should have got their cherry pop last year. But because of everything that's going on, it happened like that. So, you know, some people learn a valuable lesson. This is going to really make everything that's going on right now for the people who survive. It's going to really make them strong businessmen and women. It's sad, but you know, this is business, man. It happens. He's talking about Entre Mike. What's the price on cargo vans right now? As cheap as I seen a 150, 1500 for 18. You got 350s, about 5 years old, 100, 50, 60, 70,000, 50 to 100,000 miles, 350s to about 40, 50,000. So on the low end, 18,000 for 1,500. And I'm talking about in a range of 5 years old to up to a 350, 3,500 for about 50,000. Box trucks are expensive. Jeremiah, what up? What up? Jay Black, no problem. I don't think they want to turn the truck in because they owe money. You said it, I didn't. There's a lot, and this is coming from people I know inside truck rental company. There's a lot of trucks on the run. And when I be saying that, I don't just be saying that just to be saying. There's a lot of trucks on the run. You know, a lot of people ain't answering the phone. Like he said, a lot of people owe money. A lot of people, cars been getting declined. A lot of plates out here reported stolen. I use this all the time. You in the bay, in the dock, right next to someone that's loading their truck in Amazon Relay, and they might have one of them trucks with them stolen plates on them. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that going on, which is why you got these steep stipulations at these rental companies, you know? It goes back to like the video I was talking about, the video that I put out earlier as far as how to buy a box truck or a cargo van with no business credit. You know, it was a time where you can create an LLC or a corporation and just go buy whatever you want. But you know, Donald Trump and you know, and a lot of other businessmen back in the day. I'm just saying Donald Trump because a lot of people are familiar with his name, but he was guilty. He did a lot of it. And Taj Mahal, you know, you know, people like him, you know, that, you know, took advantage of those LLCs, those corporations, you know, new LLCs, corporations would just go and borrow money and things of that nature on new businesses and default on them and just walk away from it. Eventually, lenders and institutions got tired of it. So now, you know, if you got business, you know, a new business and it doesn't have a history, you know, you can't get anything. So you have to personally guarantee it. And I was surprised a lot of people didn't know that. That's why I shot the video, because a lot of people ask me, how can I purchase a box truck and I don't have any business credit? Just guarantee it. You know, just co-sign for it. Just co-sign for the business. So, but yeah, you're right. A lot of people owe money, and that's why they're not turning them in. You got it. I called around today to see who would finance a cargo van without proof of income. I guess since the vehicle will be used as collateral, one company told me I have to put 40% down. 40% down. Oh, okay. I called it around today to see who would finance a cargo van without proof of income. The vehicle will be used as collateral. One company. Yeah, that's, you know what? If you're gonna buy a van, here goes some sauce for people that want to buy a van. If you want to buy a used van, let's say like a Transit, try to go to a Ford dealership and purchase it. so you can get treated fair. When you go to these third-party lots and these rinky-dink mom and pop lots and things of that nature, they're gonna make it hard. If you're looking to get a Sprinter, when you're looking, see if you can find it at a Mercedes-Benz dealership before you go outside. If you're looking for a Ford Transit, see if you can find one at a Ford dealership before you start venturing to off lots. If you're looking for a Ram ProMaster, see if you can find one at Dodge before you start venturing off, because they're going to deal with bigger banks. It's a little bit easier than getting a box truck. Box truck, you're dealing with these third off-brand mom and pop truck dealerships in the middle of the country somewhere. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of commercial truck dealers like it is car dealerships. And these commercial vans, they sell them at regular dealerships. So try to find whatever that make is at that makes dealership. Ford first before you go, because they're going to deal with the bigger institutions that's not going to tell you like goofball shit like 40%. That's some old mom and pop, I'm gonna put a low jack on the thing, I don't trust you anyway type setup. Now, you don't want to deal with people like that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna go Ford, try to find one at Ford so you can go in there so they can shop you on with Ally, they can shop you with Wells Fargo, your Chases, your Bank of America. They can shop you with these big, your points going to be high because of what's going on in the economy and those basis points and things of that nature that the Fed has already passed to the banks, and they're going to pass that along to you. But it ain't going to be no 40%. If you got decent credit, on a commercial used cargo van, they might hit you with the 12-piece, a 12-piece nugget, you know what I'm saying, a 13-piece, you know what I'm saying, hot and spicy, but it ain't gonna be no 40% because they dealing with the big boys. You know what I'm saying? So especially if you got good credit, just go on in there and work your number. You know what I'm saying? Buy it under the business, co-sign for the business. That's a tip. Like me looking for a van, I'm not looking at no off-brand. Fine. I'm going straight to the manufacturer, the make. I'm Ford, I'm going to Ford. I'm gonna try to find me a Transit at a Ford dealership. I want all the incentives. I want all that, the pre-certified used vehicle. I need all of that for a van. Truck is different. You got to take advantage of the fact that it's a van. You can actually go to a dealership. They better take this off 1,500 and run me a car over. Me, if you got decent personal credit, I wouldn't even give them nothing. Listen, I've never put nothing down for nothing. I've only financed 2 vehicles. Everything else, we bought it outright. I'm not putting nothing down. I wouldn't give them 15. Give them nothing. If you got good personal credit, you go to the dealership, you purchase the van under your corporation, under your LLC, you personally guarantee it, and you ride off into the night. The business is going to pay the note. Keep your money. It just goes back to what I was saying earlier. Cash is king right now. Keep your cash. Keep your cash. You're going to give them $1,500 to knock $17 off your note? No, that $1,500 can build out your floor or build your wall in your cargo van. You see what I'm saying? If it ain't got a cage between the cabin and the cargo area, you can use that to get you an aftermarket divider. Keep your money. At $1,500 ain't gonna do nothing but take $17 off your note. That's it. Keep your $1,500 in your pocket. Could you please give me some thoughts? I'm making about $90K a year on my job and some gigs. I got an LLC about a month ago, but I'm not sure when to buy the van and quit the job. Thanks for your time. Me personally, if you got a job making $90,000 a year and you want to buy a van, I would keep making that $90,000 a year. I get the van if that's what you want to do. And after I got off that job at 5 p.m. or whenever you get off, making that $90,000 a year, I'm going to go sign up for Amazon Flex. I'm going to pick me a 3 or 4 hour block, make me another quick $100. That's an extra $500 a week. I'm not going to jeopardize $90,000 for uncertainty at this time right now. All right. I think you're in a better position than a lot of people, and you got a steady flow of income. 90,000, you can get your van and you can just supplement that. On the weekends, you can run it up all day if you want. After you get off work, you can work another 4 to 6 hours and make a couple $100. So that's my advice to you. I'm not going to tell you to leave a $90,000 a year job to get a cargo van. I say keep your $90,000 a year job, supplement your income with that cargo van, and see how that works. And then while you're doing that, while you're doing it from a gig perspective, that'll give you an idea that if you do at a later time want to step away and build a business model, you already have some inside knowledge and you know how to go about it instead of just throwing the $90,000 job away and jumping in like a lot of people in the box truck game and then, being lost in the sauce like a lot of people are right now. That's my best advice to you. I'm not going to, I wouldn't do that. I would do it exactly the way I just told you. I haven't called around, but there's a YouTuber business credit consultant that seems interested in helping box truck people figure it out. So a YouTube credit consultant is going to help box truckers figure it out in what aspect? In trucking or in credit? Chris A, no email, bro, but I'm tuned in. 10-4. Mark, how do you pay your helpers on final amount, hourly or flat rates, and how much? Moving, I pay hourly, final amount, flat rate. Flat rate. You can't pay hourly with final mile because what's going to happen is you're going to get to a job or a stop, and it's going to be one of them stops from hell, and it's just you're going to be there for a long time. So, you pay flat. You pay handsomely flat too. So, $1,000 route, driver going to make $250, $300. Helper going to make $175, $200. Now, for you guys that are paying these exorbitant rental rates, that's going to be a lot. But guess what? If you want to keep somebody running final mile, you got to pay them handsomely. You got to pay them handsomely. You have to pay them to the point where they don't think about if they want to get up and come to work because the money is too good. They just going to get up and come to work. See, once you get to paying that $125 and that one, they're going to be like, man, I'll just go do Instacart or I'll just drive Amazon. See, you got to understand, everything is a competition. It's too much opportunity. If you can't cheat people no more. The gig economy has made it so that you can't cheat people no more. You can't do it. You can't be cheap with employees and workers no more. There's too many opportunities. If they feel like they're getting slighted here and they can make more money working for themselves just doing gig, guess what? They're not going to come to work. And when they call off for you or just don't show up, that doesn't mean that they land in the bid lousy and slouching. That means they doing something else, making more money somewhere else. So if in order to survive and make it in the gig, not the gig, but the final mile business, you got to pay good, especially if you're doing like appliances. You can't pay somebody $125, $100 to do 10, 15 stops. Nah, they ain't gonna come back to work. They're gonna wake up in the morning like, man, this little $100, man, I ain't finna go in. No, you gotta pay him good. Your driver, he gotta be making, I say start him, depending on your market. If he doesn't come with experience, you might want to start about 200, somewhere between 250. Experience $250. And leave that $50 room because eventually they're gonna come for that money. They're gonna want some more money, and then you're gonna have to bump them up to $3. It don't affect me. I pay movers up to $60 an hour. You know what I'm saying? But if you have high cost, yes, that's gonna affect you. A guy hit me early in the DM. He's like, man, if I go on I think he said, yeah, something like, man, with your model, I'm only gonna be making $100 to $150 a day. I said, yeah. He said, is that good? I said, yeah. Yeah, it's good. I said, you sound like you got high cost. He said, I do. Well, there you go. So you looking at $100 to $150 a day times, depending on how many days you got that contract. A lot of final mile contract can run anywhere from 5 to 7 days. So, final mile, you got to pay good, man. You have to pay good. Can't pay cheap. $100, no. That person going to show up that first day. He's not coming back. He ain't coming back. You got to pay them to the point where they like, man, the money too good not to come back. And then the bonus, which I don't talk about because it's not etched in stone with Final Mile. A lot of these guys, a lot of these stops, they're going to tip. Average tip nowadays is somewhere between $20 to $50 a man. Depending on, the job, you got some customers that tip in upwards of $100, $150 a man. It all depends, but the average tip is somewhere between $20, $50 a man. And if a person gets 50, let's say 50 to 60% stops tip, let's say 10 stops, they made them an extra $100, $200 a day, depending. You know what I'm saying? So they're able to supplement their income with the tips. So a driver's making $250 for me, and he's bringing home a minimum of $100 a day tips. Minimum. So that $250 now becomes $350. I don't talk about tips because tips aren't, they're not. It's not part of my cost. That's what the customers give. But that's a selling point. If you do come into Final Mile, where you can, when you're hiring, that you say, when you put your ad up, you say, yo, I'm looking for a Final Mile driver and helper. Driver starts at $250, helper starts at $175 per day plus tips. Tips range anywhere from say $50 to $250 a day. $250 on the high end, but in this market, it happens. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a good selling point to get people in. And then now that $250 a day for that driver becomes $350. That $175 for that helper becomes $275. And that's how you keep people on for Final Mile. You got to pay them. There's no way around it. If you be cheap, you're going to be struggling. You can't keep dropping the jewels. You got to get it. Everybody got to know you got to get it too. Yeah, well, I'm gonna drop the jewels because people need the sauce, and I got the sauce, so I'm gonna spill it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, the people that get it. The people that don't got it, like, man, ain't no hoping and wishing and praying. I told them that about peak season, and the people that was hoping and wishing and praying, they still hoping and wishing and praying. You know what I'm saying? This is business. Jeff Bezos said the same thing in that video I played that I tell every time I'm on live. We gonna hope and pray. I say pray though. I say hope and pray. He said hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I say hope and pray because I'm a Christian. I say hope and pray for the best and prepare for the worst. We're gonna always hope and pray for the best, but we're gonna be prepared, man. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. We're gonna always be properly prepared in anything we do. Business, life, when I walk out this door, I'm properly prepared. You better believe it. You know what I'm saying? When I go deal with business, I'm properly prepared. I'm going to always exercise the 5 Ps. I'm going to always exercise the 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So just with life, with business, with everything. So, I feel you, but if I'm catching 1 or 2 people, then that's cool too. Freight is an app like GoShare Kurt. Okay, I knew I seen it somewhere before. Freight. What's the average annual premium insurance commercial cargo van? That could vary. What's the best load board to get into? I don't know. I kind of want to see what's RXO. What's up with RXO? And the reason why I say I want to see what's up with RXO is new is because XPO is the 3rd largest trucking company in the country, and they have relationships and they have all these contracts. So there's no middleman in between them. They already have the relationship, the contract with a lot of the people that I'm sure they're providing the loads for on the load board. So I'm curious to see what those rates are going to be looking like. Right. So, but other than that, I don't know, everybody has their own favorite, each their own. A lot of people like Selectors, some people like DAT, I'm a final mile moving man. So, I mean, as far as the load boards that I have, I only have DAT. I only have a subscription to DAT, and I really don't need a subscription for that. I just have it just to have it. Yeah, Spark put me on ice for identity verification. Yeah, so they putting everybody on ice. But here's the thing with Spark: if you get in Spark, they paying like a month. Everybody says Spark, like $20 a stop, $19.50 a stop, $19.50, $20 a stop. So you get in, you get in. You know, there was a guy on here the other day that said, "Man, the best advice he'd seen was jumping in the cargo van." He said he making a killing with Spark. The man thanked me like 3 times. But honestly, I don't know what market he's in. But freight is dead in Chicago for box trucks. Chicago freight is dead. What about a KC? Do you run GoShare here? What is GoShare looking like? I know some people that run it here, and they say it's heavy on the Sherwin-Williams side with the paint. That's what's up, fam. Can't wait to see it. $8,000 for trucks is too much. Jeff Bezos and Mark Zuckerberg hate each other. They always feud and believe it's ego going on. You know what? Probably is. I don't know why two billionaires don't like each other, but whatever. I know Mark Zuckerberg was crying last week, crying like a little bitty baby. He lost so much money, and still a billionaire was crying. You got me geeking. I'm in Houston, just moved to Chicago, want to get into the cargo van game. Here, do you have any leads? Go up to Addison. Go up there. Just don't call. Go up there, Addison. Go to T-Force. They got Office Depot. They got a bunch of other stuff. They got Office Depot. They got Staples. They got Granger. They got StockX. They got Zara. They got a bunch of stuff to keep your cargo van busy. And then after that, you can we got a pilot here for Amazon on the flex side called Amazon XL, which caters to larger vehicles like vans and pickup trucks, and it pays at a higher rate. But go up to T-Force. Google it. It's in Addison, Illinois. Go up there and apply in person. And I could give you Marie's number, but I don't want to give it to her over the live. Just go up there and apply in person. And tell them you have a cargo van. They're gonna hook you up. Actually, I sent 2 people up there the past week. Well, no, 2 people to T-Force. One was actually in Chicago, and I told him Friday he started the onboarding this past Monday. So there's plenty of opportunities at T-Force here. What I have heard is that about the best you're going to get with a box truck is $2 per mile per loaded mile, and $1 per loaded mile with a cargo van on average. That's if for a cargo van, if you're running expedited, that's if you want to run expedited. I think the cargo van game is the local game, but to each his own. To each his own. I think the local game is the game. I think that pick up, drop, run back, pick up, drop, run back, pick up, drop, and or if you want to do dedicated contract, office supplies, retail clothing, shoot, even you know what? Michael Walton's another company here called Veterans Distribution, which used to be called Chicago Messenger. They're in Hillside. I hope you're writing this down. Veterans Distribution. They got a lot of van work down in Hillside, Illinois. You can do work with them. They have Staples. They have they have a liquor distribution contract. So they have you dropping off liquor to liquor stores. So look, do this. Check out T-Force in Addison and Veterans Distribution in Hillside. That's your dedicated work for your van. That's all the dedicated work you need between them two, and then you can supplement the rest of your day and your van doing Amazon Excel Flex. And for me, it leaves me with no profit for what my overhead. Hey, Jam, you better off staying local and doing final mile and supplement it with gig stuff. Like blocks on Amazon are all day long on the gig side at a way cheaper operating expense currently. So Amazon Relay guys, don't get mad at me. Currently than Amazon Relay. Just saw you mention Entrepreneur. He has a YouTube channel. Adapt and overcome, move strategic, know your cost to the penny. But switching VIN numbers is how I reduce my insurance from $1,300 a month to $400 a month. Hey, JM, we talked. What did you decide? What are you gonna do? Remember I said Thursday? Did you think about it? Did you come up with any answers? What did you decide? Mark, I got my truck last year straight cash and still haven't gotten the gain yet because I've been building my capital back up and I have a job, so I wasn't in a rush. Oh, okay, well, sound like you cool then. Sound like you cool. Now I'm still waiting because how bad the industry is before I up and leave my job. Yeah, I wouldn't leave your job right now, man. I don't know what type of job you have, how much money you make, but if it's stable and it's keeping the lights on, it's keeping the gas on, and it's keeping you happy, then I think running the risk right now, I think it'll be a risk. I can't, I'm not going to tell you what and what not to do, but anytime you start a business, it's a risk. Especially, if you leaving something that's stable to follow your dream. But yeah, man, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. Trucks on the run, so after you rack up the middle mile bag, you gotta use it for barrel sugar. Is it worth it? Well, a lot of people that jumped into the industry weren't necessarily business people. You know what I'm saying? As a business person, you got to understand when your business has ran its course or when you fail. There's nothing wrong with fail. Most of your successful billionaires have failed several times before they got it right. Most of them have failed several times before they got it right. And then a lot of, a lot of that money people made last year, they didn't invest it right. A lot of them weren't paying themselves correctly. They didn't invest it right. A lot of people jumped in incorrectly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot more to this business. And I remember when I first was coming on, starting my channel and first doing my first few lives, I used to always say there's a lot in this industry that you got to learn other than just cost per mile and all that basic stuff. There's plenty of other variables that you have to that you got to know in order to survive. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people just don't know that stuff. And those people that are on the run with the trucks, you already know what type of people they are. We don't even have to talk about those people. But unfortunately, they're making it bad for good people who are just coming in, who are looking for trucks, who can't get trucks, that are being met with real tough requirements because a few bad apples, or a lot of bad apples, have spoiled it for people who want to enter into the industry. Well, when you go to the dealership, you tell them, look, only run my credit here. So when I go to the dealership, I tell them who to run my credit with. But the thing with me, I've been dealing with the same 2 dealerships for the past 12 years. I haven't bought anything other than Chevys and BMWs. So, you know, car BMW, pickup truck Chevy Silverado. You know, so 750s and Silverados. And then I just buy the same thing over and over and over again for like, cause I don't like dealing with new people, and I just like calling the same guys and say, look, this is what I'm looking at on the website. What's the stock number, Mark? 105613. Hey, Rami, I need to be at 2%. Don't call me until you got the deal at 2%. 2 hours later, Mark, I got you at 4%. No, 2.2. The highest I go is 2.9. All right, you fucking asshole. I'll call you back. Click. All right, I got you at 2.9. Come get your goddamn truck. I go get the truck. That's how I buy. I don't want to meet new people and things like that. And that's why I get caught up buying the same stuff over and over and over and over and over again. But you can tell them who to run your credit with. Don't run my stuff. Don't run my stuff with a bunch of banks. Run my stuff with the same company I've always been financing with. Get me at this rate. Here's another secret I'm gonna tell you guys. Giving y'all some sauce. And there's another good thing about always dealing with the same people, because they'll tell you secrets. You know, these dealerships control the bank. The bank sets, the bank gives you the loan. They buy the vehicle, right? And they do the financing, but the dealer controls them. Here's how. The 2 dealerships I deal with, the BMW dealership and the Chevy dealership I deal, they're big dealership. They're not like no small time family owned BMW or Chevy. The Chevy dealership I deal with is the largest Chevy dealership in the state. And then I deal with Joe Perillo, who also owns Rolls Royce, Lamborghini here. So he's got a bunch of exotic dealerships. My salesperson at Perillo said, look, we control the bank. If I like you and you're a person who buys cars from me repeatedly, and we run your credit and it puts you at, let's say, like a 6%, right? And I call my guy who I always deal with in financing, let's say with Wells Fargo, and I say, this is a good client of mine. I know you got him at 6, but put him to 4. Is you want to put this guy at 4? Yeah, we'll put him at 4, and they'll put him at 4. Why? Because the dealership is dealing with the customer first. The dealership has plenty of options on who to call to get people financed. They can go to Chase, they can call Bank of America, they can call Wells Fargo, they can call Ally, and they can call every rinky-dink, everybody else in between. Every financial institution wants the dealership to call them because they want to get the loan. So when I say the dealership can lean on the finance company, yeah, they deal with the same people every single day. The finance company deals with the same person when he calls Wells Fargo. He deals with the same person at Ally. He deals with the same person at Bank of America. And certain customers, they'll do things for. All right, Mark, you're my guy. I'm gonna get you at 2%. Yeah, this is my guy. I know you got him at 4, but let's get him at 2%. You want to get him at 2%? He's one of your guys? He's one of your guys, Rami? Yeah, this is my guy. Get him at 2%. All right, it's done. Simple as that. Simple as that. Simple as that. Of course, they're not going to do it if you've never been to this dealership, you never bought a vehicle from them before. No, they're not going to do it for you. But if you build a rapport and you're steady going to this dealership, you're steady dealing with the same person, not only that, I bring people to the dealership. You want this? Okay, call my guy. So I'm getting the kickback for that. They giving me the $50, which I'm saying, give me my $50 referral fee, and then I'm getting all the perks, because every time I want to go in and trade in, or leases up on the car, or I want to get a new pickup truck or something like that, man, you sent me 6 people this year. Right. All right. And I need to be at 2%. And you're gonna give me a 2%. They can lean, they have the leverage, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're not gonna do it for everybody, but that's just some sauce for y'all. That's what some sauce. So just don't accept the first finance rate they give you. If you know you got good credit and you know you can work your number. They'll tell you one thing, but no, they can influence the bank. They have influence. They do it for people they like, or they do it for people like repeated customers. So just some sauce thought I'd share. I know, Jim, that's why I'm trying to be extra choosy. Let me see. Hit that like. I bought 2 box trucks in auction. I have to work for it though. I bought 2 box trucks in auction. I have the work for it though, or you don't have the work? I'm only at 700, so don't want to be in a position to where I get dropped to 6A or lower. Then I really want be able to get a vehicle after 2 means soft inquiries. I say don't go shopping for a vehicle at a dealership until you're ready to go shopping for a vehicle at a dealership. Don't go window shopping. When you're ready to go buy, that's when you go buy. Don't go window shopping. Don't go window shopping. When you're ready to go buy, that's when you go buy. All right. And don't put too much thought into it. It's a commercial vehicle. If you want to take a mechanic with you, check that trans, check that engine. You dig what I'm saying? It's a commercial vehicle. You're not going to buy a S580. You know what I'm saying? So don't put too much thought into, the cosmetics of it. But don't waste time going to dealerships looking and window shopping for a commercial vehicle. When you're ready to buy, that's when you go buy. So that way you don't have to deal with all these soft credit inquiries and all that stuff. To answer your question, Mark, about the credit consultation, I was saying he may know about credit and be able to help with strategies for using credit. 10-4. I went to the credit YouTubers live earlier today, and while not an expert on box trucks, he seemed interested in helping people in the box truck biz. What were people in the box truck biz going to him for? To buy box trucks at these prices? Hey, Mark, love your program. Quick question. If your final mile is running smoothly, put the gate, how long you think the requirements are to possibly finance a second truck? I give it at least 6 months. You gotta make sure you got the people. You don't want to go finance that truck and then you ain't got no strong team to run it, But so I would say give it at least 6 months. I think there's truth in that 5P saying that, it's definitely truth in its principles we stand on. We stand on those principles of the 5Ps. We stand on those principles. That's some Chicago stuff, it might go over your head a little bit. Thank you, Mark, for all the sauce. Appreciate it. Most final mile jobs, team jobs, for the most part, unless you're doing curbside final mile. If you're doing curbside final mile, you could do it by yourself. Just requires a lift gate and a pallet jack. Some final mile jobs require 3 men. So if you got a route with a logistics company and you getting heavy stops, 17, 18 stops, you can fit that many stops, 20 stops maybe, 3 guys. You're gonna have to pay an extra person, but you're gonna get done a lot quicker. You know what I'm saying? So, and it's taking a lot of the it's thinning out the wear and tear on 2 people. 3 people is a lot more efficient than 2. 2 people are doing everything all day. With 3 people, it's spreading out the labor, and it makes it easier on everybody's backs, arms, legs. Just overall, it just makes it easier. You know what I'm saying? 3 guys is better than 2. It's more efficient, and and I'm being honest with you. Final mile, you got to be careful too. If you're running final mile and you just got your one truck and two guys, you can wear yourself down. If you have a 5-day contract or 6-day contract, you might pull a muscle or something. You know what I'm saying? So I usually recommend 3 guys. I know a lot of guys don't do it. Here you see a lot of 3-man teams because that third guy balances it out better. And then that way, if a guy does pull a muscle or get injured, you still can keep rolling, you know, until that guy covers for a day or two and, you know, things of that nature. But, you know, each his own. If you're on the truck as an operator, how much should we pay ourselves daily on final mile? That question is going to vary from each person to each person. Your expenses, your fixed costs and your variable costs are going to be different from the next person. If you let's use $1,000, you got $1,000 route, and you're paying your driver $250. All right, you paying your helper $150, right? You got $600 left. Let's say your rental truck is high as all hell. That's costing you about $150, right? Now you're down to $450. Let's say you're spending about, I don't know, $100. Let's say about your insurance is cost you about another $50 a day. Where am I at? What did I say? 600. Well, I said 250, 750, 150 to the helper. That's 600. Let's say you're spending $150 a day on your rental truck. That's 450. Let's say you spend another $50 on average on your insurance. That's 400. Let's say your fuel is rounding you off to about $100 a day. That's 300. I did your truck rental, your insurance. What other variable cost? Insurance, truck rental. It's 300. Your ELD, your miscellaneous variable costs. Let's say you might make on $1,000 route, you might make somewhere between 200 to 300. You might, but that's on $1,000 route. Most people coming into the game front of mile, depending on your market, you may not get $1,000 route. You may get a $750 route, which is the starting point. So now, let's say you go off my example, 255, right? We're gonna do 150 instead of 175, right? So that's what, 350, right? $50 for your insurance, right? That's $150 for your truck, right? Right. So that's what, 150 left now. And then did I do fuel? Another, let's say 75. You make it about damn near probably $100 a day, 100 to 150, depending on what your cost is. You got a high truck cost, rental cost, man, it's gonna cost a lot of money. You're probably not gonna spend $100 a day in fuel because you're running final mile, depending on how far out they send you. But then again, they might send you out far. You knew you coming in the gate, you're not gonna get that good route. That good route, those good routes are to the people that have been there. You know, the bad routes, as you're coming in the door, you're getting the worst route that don't nobody else want. Because the crew, the owner operator who left, who had a good route and went to another company, is somebody that's there that say, hey, I want that route. All right, well, you next in line, you next to tenure, so you get that route. You're gonna get the bottom route, so you're probably gonna get the route out far. Here in this market, and see it for each market varies. Here, a lot of the contractors here prefer the suburban routes because it's ranch homes, not city. City, you're dealing with second, third, fourth floor, fifth floor walk-ups. You're dealing with bungalow houses where you got to go into the basement, Georgian houses, ranch houses where you might have to take a washer and dryer into the basement. You know, those suburban houses, it's probably one step up. Walk straight in. They got a patio sliding door. It's an easier in and out. So, you know, it all depends. So if you're not on the truck, depending on what your cost is, you could be making $750, depending on what your cost, maybe $100 to $200 a day. You know, now if you own your truck and you got low variable and low fixed costs, then you can bump that up depending on the route you get. Couple $100, $200-$300. If you got $1,000, $1,100, $1,200 route, keep going up. a big portion of your expenses is going to be labor. You're not going to get away with paying a person in final mile $100. All right. So in my area, Spark is filled up. I tried to get in. Yeah, we was just talking about that earlier, BZ. A lot of areas Spark is filled up. They're not letting people in, and that's because, man, everybody trying to get in. It just pays really good. $20 a stop, $19.50 a stop. From what I'm hearing, man, it's hard. It's paying better than Amazon Flex. Oh, Mike, you said you're in Houston. Oh, you're from Chicago. I thought you said you're from Houston. You moved to Chicago. All right. Well, if you're in Houston, then still try T-Force. They got T-Force down there because their corporate office is in Dallas. So I'm sure they got a branch in Houston. Try T-Force down there. Yep, no problem. Anybody from SoCal in LA and needs some more final mile gig work. Final mile gig work, sign up for Dolly, sign up for Lug, sign up for GoShare, sign up for Bellhop. It's a few. Sign up for Mothership. I haven't canceled Progressive yet because if I cancel and decide to go back into the trucking, it's going to be another $1,000 down payment on $1,400 a month policy. Go back in. Yeah, do your thing, bro. Do your thing. So I need to be sure I want to cancel before I do so. In short term, I think my cash flow may be better keeping Progressive if I stay in trucking. Because of the down payment that would be involved in getting a new policy in the long term, I think the best insurance choice would be whoever has the lowest rates. Okay. So what I did do was have my insurance reduced from $1,400 a month. So you did that since we talked 2 days ago? What I don't want to do is cancel my insurance today, get a good idea for business Monday, and then have to put another $1,000 on the policy. Okay. I'm in the same boat, Jim. Yet I'm currently in company CLJ. Yeah, by the way, I work in Compton and Long Beach Port. Those vessels empty, peak season dead out here on the west. The rail workers on. You hear that, guys? The port, the vessels are empty. Remember I said I watched the port? When I was watching the ports, I was paying attention to the ocean freight back in July, back in August, because your peak season volume starts coming into the port back in August. And the ports were dead and slow. And that's when that freight comes in, goes to the rails. That's your September, your end of September, your October, up until now. The freight comes from overseas. So if the port and the ocean is slow, nothing on ground is going to be busy. Nothing. Because most of our general most of our general freight is made overseas, made overseas. So as long as the ocean freight is dead, guys, which it's still dead, which if you look at the lag, he lives in Compton. He said the vessels are empty. You put a 90-day lag, a 60 to 90-day lag, and it's November, and the vessels are empty in November. We're looking at January. We're looking at February because of the lag. There's a lag. It comes into the port. It sits there. A semi-truck, I say this over and over again, semi-truck picks it up. It either runs it or it runs it to a rail. It goes on the train. Obviously, the intermodal phase is slower, and because it's slower, it's a lot cheaper. Not everything gets ran via a 53-footer. A lot of companies use intermodal, the trains. All right. All right, they run that stuff to the rail. It takes days to, depending on where it's going. It's running across the country slow on the rail. It gets to where it gets to. Another semi truck picks it up at the rail yard, takes it to a fulfillment center, warehouse. This is now we're talking about another month, month and a half, month later. So now we're in December, January, February. So if the ports are still empty now, this is why I'm saying your January and your February is going to be empty. Until the freight starts picking up from overseas, it's going to continue to be slow. Your essentials are going to always be busy. Your toilet paper, your paper towels, your soap powder, your laundry detergent, things of that nature. But for the most part, all your other general freight commodities, I pay attention to the ocean phase. That's what I'm looking at right now. And that's what I've been looking at. While everybody else is looking at load boards and all that stuff, I'm paying attention to what's going on overseas. A lot of freight ain't even coming to the LA port. They're rerouting that around the long way and taking it over to the East Coast because of AB5. That's another issue. They don't even want to pull into the ports over there. They're taking the extra 5 days to go around. See, that's what I'm saying. You gotta know what to look for. And that's how you're gonna know, that's how you're gonna know the game. I ain't steer y'all wrong. I've been telling y'all everything I've been telling y'all since I came on YouTube, April 22nd of 2022. I've been 100% right. The last thing I'm gonna do is get my black ass on this damn internet and make a goddamn fool out of myself. You better believe it. Before I do that, I'm not gonna say nothing. I have final mile opportunity, middle mile, not yet getting it. Have a friend who rents a truck weekly plus insurance. I have a final mile opportunity, middle mile, not yet getting it. Have a friend who rents a truck weekly plus insurance. Thinking of just using my truck to help him move shit and then paying helpers. Oh, I have a final mile opportunity. Middle mile again. I have a friend who rents a truck weekly plus insurance. Thinking of just help using my truck. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. Have a friend who rents a truck weekly plus insurance, thinking of using my truck to help. So you're gonna tell him to turn his truck in. You're gonna use your truck, and you and him are gonna go do final mile together, is what you're saying. Everyone hit the like button. What's up, Mark? What's up? I made the best decision about getting in this logistics business. I go to my 9 to 5 and I make great money doing side gigs with my van. Y'all should too. Here you go. This is what I was talking about. Who was in the live the other day? Followed the sauce, man. The cargo van business, and I know people look at the gig economy as, oh, it's a gig. But guys, that's what's winning right now. That's what's winning right now. You got to do what's winning. You can either continue to figure out, like Amazon is not gonna, like, those rates ain't going up. They're gonna go down. They're gonna go down further. Your middle mile spot market rates are gonna continue to go down further. Final mile is, you want to lift some shit, I can show you how to lift some shit. All right, I'll show you the final mile game. I got all the sauce on final mile on my page. The companies, I got more insight on final mile than I got on middle mile. And I got a lot of sauce on middle mile, but I got even more sauce on final mile. All right. If you want to do final mile, you can still check a big old bag of money. You're going to be lifting all day. But if you don't want to do middle mile, you complain about Amazon, you complain about middle mile, you don't want to do final mile, then you need to jump in that van game and get you some money until the middle mile bottoms out and turns back around. We ain't seen the bottom yet. I don't know if it's different for box truck than it is for personal vehicles. What if I read you? I don't know if it's different for box truck than it is for personal vehicles, but what I have read is you want to apply for credit where you know you will be approved and go to the dealership. All right, so I bought all my trucks cash except two. The one truck I bought new, I bought it at a dealership. The other one I bought at a dealership was a van. All my trucks I bought at a truck center from a guy who goes to the budget auction and just buys up a bunch of trucks and then just hires drivers to drive them back from wherever the budget auctions are. He goes to the different budget auctions around the country. So I bought all my trucks new. I mean, not new, but cash. What I would do if I was buying a box truck from a third party, me personally, what I would do is you do what you want. First place I'm looking at is Penske. All right. I still want to try to buy from a reputable place. I think I would try to get finance, like you said, because most of those places where you go, those truck centers, they deal with like funny, like type rinky dink type places like Springleaf and places like that. And you don't want to deal with those types of places. So you're probably going to be better off trying to get funded, like he's saying, prior to you going there, unless you go into a reputable place where they have resources and they have resources with like your Wells Fargo, your Allies, your BOAs, your Chase, your Capital One Financial, Capital One Auto, things of that nature. You can actually hit up Capital One Auto and see if you can get pre-approved. I think they do commercial lending. Another place that does commercial lending is oh man, what's the name of this place? Wells Fargo does commercial lending. Hit up Wells Fargo. Hit up Fifth Third. All these places do commercial lending. That buying that box truck from these funny places outside of dealerships, that's not something I ever had to really deal with, because I've always, luckily for me, I was blessed that I could just cash out. But one thing I will tell you guys, don't deal with no rinky dink finance company. Them Springleafs and none of them, don't deal with none of them. Or I'm gonna give you one more gem. But it may not work for everybody, because depending on how long your company, you might have to show some proof of income. You can take a business line of credit. If you can get a business line of credit, you can snatch, depending on how much money you got in your business line of credit, you can snatch from that line of credit, go buy outright, and then pay back the line of credit. So that's if you got some money already rolling in onto the business. That's another gem. You get your business line of credit. Let's say you got a line of credit for 100,000, right? That interest rate on that line of credit is going to probably be better than the finance rate on a commercial loan now. All right. Now, you know what I'm saying? And with everything that's going on. So let's say you got a business line of credit for 100,000. You see a truck for 30. You draw down 30 from that business line of credit. You take that 30 to the place where you buy the truck. You cash out on the truck. Now you own the truck outright, title and everything, and you're paying back the line of credit over a period of time. All right. And then as you put money back into that line of credit, it brings that line of credit towards that 100 grand. That's how I would do it. If you're in a position where you already got your business established, I would just pull from my line of credit. And then that reduces, you don't have to do no credit inquiries. You don't got to do none of that stuff. You just pulling from money that's there for you to use when you need to use it for this purpose, equipment. Yeah, I heard that. This dude ran a few deals reported the increase in scale of business Toro. I get what you're saying about sales people having leverage on the terms of what kind of deal you get with them. For example, if you help them reach their sales goal, they might get a huge bonus. Yeah, they got all types of leverage on the banks. The banks can, if they want to push a loan through for a specific person, the bank will do it. That's another way you can get the financing from your bank. If your bank will finance you, you can go that route too. Let's go take a minute for how the dealership get you a 3% lower if you're a first time buyer. Yeah, if you're a first time buyer, yeah. But when you've purchased multiple vehicles and you know your buying power, you use your buying power to your advantage. I use my buying power to an advantage because they're gonna always try to hit you with that goofball 4%. That 4%, that's like when a person hits you with 4, then you know you can get 2. That's how I look at it. When they come to you with that 4, you know you can get 2. So 4, no, I need to be at 2. And I know my buying power, so I always utilize that. And I push the envelope. You want to sell, I know my credit, you know what I'm saying? This is what I want. You know what I'm saying? Take it or leave it. I'm not 22, 23, 24. I don't even go to the dealerships no more. I shop online. This is the vehicle I want. Here goes the stock number. This is where I want to be. They know I'm not coming unless you get me here. It's not like I'm 25 no more and I'm just thirsty and I'm gonna take whatever. Hey man, if you don't get me here, I ain't coming. I ain't coming to pick it up. That car or that truck, it'll sit there. It'll sit. I'm cool. And I just say I use the old excuse, well, maybe God didn't want me to have it. Keep my money in my pocket. What's the 5 P's again? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Bostro people weren't going to the credit YouTuber. He did a live earlier called Top Industries for Business Funding. Shocking answer. Put the put his page. I'm gonna go check him out. I know you're from Chicago with those 5 P's. You're one of the guys we have met before, I want to say, in a barbershop on 75th years ago. I know you from Chicago with those 5 P's. You're one of the guys I met before, I want to say, in a barbershop. Which barbershop? League Styles? '75th. Which barbershop been on 75th? You talking about right there on 75th in St. Lawrence, right? I was probably getting my locks retwisted, right? 75th in St. Lawrence. What's the name of it? The Cliche? What is the name of that barbershop? Yeah, you might be right. You might know me. A small world. Or maybe it's not so small. But yeah, I go to that barbershop. The light-skinned lady do my locks in there. On 75th. You talking about the one on 75th in St. Lawrence? Yeah. The 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. That's what we stand on. Yeah, I reduced my insurance from $1,400 to $400 since we talked the other day. Cool. Right, ain't no sense to spend $1,400 and you ain't even got a truck. Yeah, League Styles. Yeah, that was years ago. Then you seen me in there. It was I can't even tell the story, but yeah, that was some years ago. Then you ain't seen me there in some years, but yeah, yep. You definitely seen me in there. I did that by switching out the VIN on my policy. I'm trying to get insurance down payment for a cargo around $500. I'll up the coverage to meet Amazon standards so other low boards won't turn me down in the future. Why do everyone use Progressive? Hey man, that's the same question I asked. They might want to try Buyback Insurance. They are much cheaper because you're cutting out the broker. Everybody use Progressive because they just don't know. They research the business. Progressive pops up. I say it all the time, and Progressive is one of the only insurance companies they can actually sit down and go through everything themselves and put their credit card in and print out a COI, when most of the other ones they got to go through a broker. And then, like what he's saying, a lot of other insurance agents recommend it because it's easier for them and they make more money. Auctions are probably the best place to buy if you can pull it off and be confident you're getting a good vehicle. That's how a brother-in-law got a truck for $15K. Richie Bros, budget auction, TAC auction. They do budget. I've never dealt with Richie Bro, but I tune into the TAC auctions because they do all the budget. They handle the budget auctions. Yep, League Style on 75th. Yep. The credit YouTube channel is Carolina's own. The latest live he did was the one I'm talking about. I'm gonna check him out. Carolina's own. Okay. The second chair from the door, right? I work a 9 to 5, have a cargo van. Wife runs it during the day and I run it at night. And on the weekends, plenty of work out here if you look for it. Another person who got a cargo van that's capitalizing off the gig economy. So, it's work out here in the cargo van lane that's profitable. It's not as costly, like I keep telling people, to enter into it as the box truck. And essentials going to always be around. So as long as people got to wipe their behind and wash their clothes and whatever other essentials that you guys can think of, then it's always going to be work for gig economy, final mile, even grocery. And I don't even go into the grocery stuff. I just mostly focus on like the package delivery stuff. But sky's the limit. So cargo van is pretty much what's winning right now, guys. And I'm just being honest from an analytics perspective. The cargo van content, the whole reason why I started making cargo van content was because people kept asking me about it. And since I know it, I just started making it. And the reason why people are asking about it is because the box truck game, I'm not saying it's burnt up, but it's too many people struggling at it right now. So okay, my good people, it was nice brainstorming. Have a good night. I will be returning again because this is such a good channel to learn valuable information. Cobra Logistics, thank you. Appreciate you checking in, man. Have a good night, man. All right, man. Any more questions, man? This was a good live tonight. A lot of good questions got answered as always. RXO was the topic. Well, what the sauce that I dropped, RXO, CB driver. Some of you guys need to sign up for SCI. And oh damn, man, I know I'm getting tired, man. I'm losing my train of thought already. What was the other one I was talking about? I forget. And then the easy work is over, guys. Time to get to work. All that easy stuff from last year, early this year is over with, man. It's time to work, man. Ain't no easy work. What else did we talk about? Just recapping. Jeff Bezos said don't spend no money. So basically, he's telling y'all don't even spend no money with him. In so many words, Amazon is laying off another wave of layoffs starting in Q1 of next year. So somebody might want to go check on your boy. And if it ain't no more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and get on up out of here. And then I'll be back on here Tuesday. Not Tuesday, but back on here Sunday night. Sunday night at 8 o'clock. Y'all go check out On Track Trucking. Kirk, he's usually on Sundays at about 4:15. Go check out Entre Mike. Go check out everybody. Go check out Big Vic. Go check out the Box Truck Couple. Go check out trucking, not truck, Motivation and Box Trucking. Go check out QB. Go check out all those other content creators, man. Go check them out. Appreciate your content, bro. I'm in Northern Cali. in Oakland. I have 1K and trying to get into the cargo van game. Which of your videos do you recommend? All of them with cargo vans. Go through all of them because all of them are going to have something different. They're going to have, I think the how to start a cargo van business with Lasership is going to give you the basics on just starting a business. And it's also going to talk about Lasership. And then the rest of them are going to give you, insight on different cargo van logistics companies that I'm profiling that you can sign up with. Another one that we didn't talk about tonight that I am heavy on pushing people towards is the medical supply. I think the medical supply pays the best for what it entails. Wheelchairs, canes, walkers, oxygen tanks, dropping that stuff off, and $2,000 a week. I think that's $1,500 to $2,000 a week. I think that's good money for a cargo van. You know what I'm saying? Just dropping off medical supplies. It pays a little bit more than dropping off the pharmaceuticals. That's why I'm telling you, I think people should go check that out. So go check out all the videos that are for the cargo van because you're going to get a little bit of different sauce for each one of them. The Happy Channel, good night. Appreciate you for checking in. Maggie Brown won her free coaching session. I'm going to do some more giveaways in the weeks to come leading up to Christmas. I bought my trucks at TAC outright. Wait until you have the cash. Financing is too expensive now. Interest percent on loans too high. As far as insurance, talk to your accountant how to put umbrella insurance. So TAC, so you got budget trucks then. Yeah, all the trucks that I bought used are from budget auction. Auntie Guru, appreciate you. Sexy ass dimples, that's what's up. Thanks for the other references. I trust your judgment a lot. Thanks for staying. Appreciate you for checking in. And guys, before we get out of here, I know I've been right. One day I might be wrong. So don't get mad at me. I've been, I'm usually right, but one day I might be wrong. But for the most part, I don't, everything that I talk about as far as when I deal with economics around trucking, as I always say, I like to always just put this in people's minds based around my experience in the industry, experience in the industry and just wisdom of being in the industry, being around the industry and living 42 years. A lot of this stuff is just wisdom and experience and a little bit of, I know what to look for. So I'm going to try my best not to steer nobody wrong. You know what I'm saying? I'm always provide solid, transparent information, even if it's not the information you want to hear. I'm going to give it to you. A lot of people didn't want to hear that peak season information. I'm going to go back and pull up some of them old other people's videos in the comment sections where y'all was throwing me under the bus. But if I'm not here for for people to like me, I'm not going to give you the whole song and dance about positivity. If the news ain't positive or if the information ain't positive, I still feel like you need to know it so you can exercise the 5 P's. Proper preparation prevents poor performance, because I'm just as guilty by holding that information, knowing, not saying nothing. So if you can prevent something or you can be properly prepared because of what's coming, then that information is just as good as good information. Yeah, the medical supply is definitely a lick. Salute. I'll be tuning in for sure. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll be back Sunday. I think the main reason to hold out on buying a truck would be to wait for lower prices. Interest rates may continue to go up too, but I think the better trade-off is savings. I think if people, and I haven't said this in the past two lives, because last week I was just trolling and being funny, but I'm dead serious now. I think if people wait when the economy bottoms out as far as like the trucking, maybe Q1 of next year, I think a lot of people that own trucks outright, I think a lot of trucks are going to be going like really, really dirt cheap. And I mean it. I think like you'll be able to find trucks for so low. And I said this before, you're gonna feel like you robbed the person who's selling it to you. You're gonna think you did them dirty. You're gonna really think you robbed them. You're gonna feel bad for them at the price that you bought the truck for. And then that's a good thing. So I think, exercising a little discipline, exercising some patience. Somebody else's loss is going to be somebody else's gain, man. That's just how the business works, man. Somebody else's loss is going to be somebody else's game. It's just like the stock market. You got buyers and sellers. That's all stock market is all day. You got somebody who's selling and somebody that's buying. Somebody sells their truck because they got into a tough jam and they mispredicted the market and they out here bad and they got to get rid of that thing because they behind on their bills. So too bad for them, but somebody will pick up a truck for the low though, and then they'll be able to enter into the industry with very low cost, and then they'll be able to run up that bag. So it's just the way the game works, man. Once you know how to play the game, then you're gonna know how to win at the game. You know what I'm saying? Then another thing is, before we get out of here, I put up a book yesterday. I want people to go check that out, because don't make this trucking thing your end all be all either. This is you can make it and pass it down and all that stuff, but man, I'm telling you, it's other ways to make easier money out here. You know what I'm saying? Run your bag up in this trucking, invest in things that are automated, and try to get out of the rat race. Try to find a way to spend more time doing the things that you want to do and less time working while you make money 24 hours a day. You know what I'm saying? Find a way to automate your life, as far as automating your business that run automated, where you're making money 24 hours a day and you have time to do what you want. Nothing is more valuable than your time. Your time is your most valuable asset. You know what I'm saying? And just keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? One thing the pandemic taught a lot of people was that they want to spend their time doing what they want to do. That's why a lot of people don't want to work still. That's why a lot of people are quitting their jobs to go do gig work, because they want to work when they want to work. They want to work more, they work more. If they want to work less, they work less. They don't want to be committed to something 9 to 5 and then ask permission. Can I take vacation January 2nd through January 8th? They want to be able to take vacation when they want, do what they want. Their time is valuable. Your time is valuable. So keep that in mind. Go read that book, The 4-Hour Work Week, by Tim Ferriss. It's going to tell you how to outsource things so that you can create more time to do the things that you want while you're making money. I mean, if you get in trouble for dirt cheap, high interest is possible, it might be able to refinance at a lower interest rate. If you can get a truck for dirt cheap at a high interest rate, don't make this truck buying thing harder than what it is, guys. For real, don't make it harder than what it is, man. Don't make it harder than what it is. And here's another thing, like Jan, we talked about this. I talked about this last week. Crawl, walk, run. Like, everybody's trying to jump in. The 26-foot box truck is up here. The reason why so many people were to jump in up here last year, I'm keeping it 1,000. I'm keeping it funky because they had PPP money. The reason why there was an infusion of people jumping into the box truck industry last year was because of the PPP. If that PPP money wouldn't have been there, you wouldn't have seen no infusion. If it would have been regular times, it would be regular times right now. It wouldn't be no box truck craze. That's what created the box truck craze. All right. Don't make buying a box truck, if you don't meet the requirements for a box truck, I feel like, man, there's nothing wrong with starting at a smaller level and working your way up. I did it. I started in a pickup truck. I don't know. I didn't have the resources to start in a box truck. I didn't have it. But guess what? Once I started and worked my way up, I went and bought trucks cash. And it didn't take that long. It only took 3 years. Pickup truck, Penske rental truck, second Penske rental truck, third Penske rental truck, I started buying trucks. I started humbly, very humble beginnings. No cap. You know what I'm saying? So when I say don't overthink this, don't overthink it. There's opportunities out here to run in logistics in your personal vehicle at a $225 guarantee. From there, scale up to, and these opportunities didn't exist when I got in 2010. From there, scale up to a cargo van. You might be able to start at a cargo van and scale up to a truck. You might be trying to figure out how to start with a cargo van, but you got a car. Go to T4, sign up, go get that $225 a day delivering StockX sneakers. From there, make that money, scale up to a cargo van. From a cargo van, scale up to a box truck, and that way everybody's not making this more difficult than what it is. And I'm telling you, you'll be able to go cash out. Cash out. I'm telling you, if you take the crawl, walk, run method, I guarantee you, even through economical downturns and economical downshifts, if you go to crawl, walk, run method, a lot of stuff that people are going through now, you're not going to go through it. You're not going to go through it. You know what I'm saying? Because you're going to enter the right way. You're going to go up. You're going to take the step up the ladder, and you're going to make the right decisions because you just didn't go from here to here and skip all that in between. Not everybody can go from here to here. They may not have the capital for it. So what I'm saying is, because I don't want people to sit here and make this a algebra trig equation. You know what I'm saying? When they could be out getting it in their personal car, making money and creating a plan to scale up to that next level and then scale up to that next level. Don't make it more difficult than what it is. You know, as far as economy bottom, that doesn't happen every day. Just gotta roll with when it comes, and you get, well, the economy bottoms out like every 8 to 12 years, somewhere around there. It's got to happen. We need a correction. Listen, everything that happened last year was fantasy land. It has to correct itself. It has to correct itself. Look at the stock market. For the guys that play the stock market, 2020 was our best year. You better believe that it was going to eventually correct itself. You had companies that didn't even have a product, that stock prices were damn near $100 a share. Didn't even have a car. NEO didn't even have a car. CCIV didn't even have a car. $70 a share. Workhorse can't even create a vehicle to meet the demand. $38 a share. Where is it at now? $3 a share. Because Trump was infusing the stock market, right? It had to correct itself. So it was going to be a stock crash. It was too much going on last year. The correction was needed. It's healthy for the economy. That's the good business way to think about it. It's healthy. It has to happen. You got to weed out some stuff. The rich got to get richer. You got to start thinking like how the rich think. Once the economy bottoms out, it's going to be a big, gigantic sale. The country is going to be on sale. Everything is going to be cheap. And then that's when you go spend your money. That's how you got to look at it. Appreciate it. Might go for this day cap semi. Go for it. Facts, the 4-hour work week is a classic. Yeah, man, you got to read that. Definitely a perspective changer for me. Happy Chan, I got that book. Yeah, you got to read that book for those that ain't read it. What I meant when I said a high interest rate on the box chart, I mean higher than what is now because of the economy. No, not tell folks with bad credit to get themselves in. But nah. People with bad credit, I'm going to be honest with you. If you got bad credit, you shouldn't be looking at a box truck. Keeping it 1,000 with you, unless you got the bread to go cash out on that thing. If you got bad credit, you shouldn't be looking at a box truck. If you're trying to buy a box truck with bad credit, your priorities are in the wrong place. You should be trying to get your credit right, and you should be starting. If you got a personal vehicle, you can do deliveries in your car. You know, I'm not going to go buy a box truck with bad credit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I get what you're saying about the learn to crawl before you walk. Yeah, you gotta crawl before you walk. I think every person, excluding myself, that's taking the crawl, walk, run method has always had longevity in business. And you know, even through, you know, economic crunches, they don't feel it like that because when you scale up, you know what I'm saying? You're scaling up. You're just not jumping in. You're scaling. So you're inching a little bit at a time. So when things happen, you got like a cushion. You know what I'm saying? You got a cushion. And that's all I be trying to say. I think a lot of people just have they have the ambition. There's nothing wrong with having the ambition, but I'm being honest with you. I think the 26-foot box truck lane right now is an advanced lane, and a lot of people just not getting it. And I think maybe an easier way to understand it is from learning logistics from a cheaper cost of entry, whether it's in your personal car doing delivery for a logistics company or from a cargo van. Learning it from a cheaper cost of entry and enduring that learning curve, because sometimes that learning curve is going to cost you money. You know what I'm saying? And during that learning curve at a cheaper loss than learning it and then going through that at a higher expense, because box truck entry right now is so expensive. And that as you're learning it from the cargo van, you can scale. So by the time when you're ready to jump, you already got it mastered. I need a good plug resource for vehicle rental, car, van, weekly, any solid recommendation. Try one of the big four: Ryder, Penske, Budget, and Enterprise. But you may not have good luck right now because it's holidays. Postal Service, UPS, FedEx, Amazon, they pretty much rent out whatever these companies got available. The rental truck companies are seeing record highs. They sextupling their money compared to what normal rates are. All right, guys. Good live, man. I appreciate everybody, man. Shout out to Maggie Brown. I'm gonna DM you if you're still on tomorrow. She won the coaching 30-minute coaching. I'm gonna do some more giveaways. We're gonna get some gas away. We're gonna get some more coaching sessions away leading up to Christmas. I appreciate everybody. Sunday night, I'll be back on. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Stay safe out there. Stay motivated. Man, I'm gonna keep saying it. Listen, if you're operating at a loss and you're running middle mile, you're running Amazon, man, really think about it. There's other ways you can make money out here. Don't continue to drive yourself in the ground and be miserable. Don't let, you gotta do me this favor, and then I'm getting out of here for real. Set a timeline. If you're operating at a loss or you're not making money, a good business person sets a timeline. Look, if I'm not operating in the green, what we say in the black is good, red is negative. So in the business, if we're not operating in the black, let's say December, I'm just using this for example. If I can't figure this out by December 1st, the economy, market's talking about the economy and played Jeff Bezos. If I can't get in the black by December 1st, then I got to figure something else out. Or maybe I need to go cargo van. Don't just keep going without a plan. Give yourself a plan and set yourself a deadline date. And that way it's going to take a lot of stress off you. All right. Appreciate everybody. Market Supreme, appreciate you. Global Go Get It. See you Sunday. Appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all be safe out there, and I'll see y'all Sunday.